Yeah. Late nights. Open mics. Truth only move when you got order. Welcome to
Fuck the bullshit. Comments. Yo. Can y'all, let me see, make sure, can y'all hear me? There's something going on my screen. Can y'all hear me? POV, what it do, good brother? POV, if you can hear me, put a one in the chat. I don't know, something going on with mine. This is going on. Oh, okay. Let's try that again. I don't know what this. Oh, I know what it is. My bad. That's all me. That was all me. My computer is messing up, but that was all me, man. I was trying to play my little intro video while I got ready, but you know, the show must go on, man. How we feeling? Man, P.O. Oh, let me get to it. Shout out Chris. Damn, are you in Cuba, Charlie? Shout out to you. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to my good brother, man. POV, man. Mr. POV, man. Showing love as always, man. It's a pleasure. It's a purpose in the pleasure when I see my people pulling up, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to you. We got OTO in the building. Well, he wrote that earlier along with POV. Shout out to OTO, showing love, and brother. Yeah, I can already tell, man. This is gonna be a long night. YouTube ain't they for some reason they won't let me make it, man. But shout out to you, POV. DMV, what it do, good brother? What the fuck? This I'm probably finna have to hop on from my phone, man. I guess YouTube was like, and guess what? I'm here to prove that I am. Shit, for real, man. How y'all feeling? Appreciate the one. The last part. The video was no, that was the internet or my computer or whatever. I just the reason why I'm starting late is because I rebooted my computer, so it is what it is. But man, shout out to Chris. He say, man, damn, you are you in Charlie? I mean, are you in Cuba, Charlie? Man, shit, I wish I could deal with the DM. I mean, I could deal with the damn fucked up, the messed up internet if I was in Cuba. I would just take it as a growing pain. Yep, man, just chilling in here, man. We're gonna get to it, man. I think we need to start adding a lot more conversations of substance, man, because it's a lot of brothers that I talk to in the back office, man, to where they actually want something other than just mongering. They actually want to go places to where is where life is in their favor, man. Shout out to the big homie Ronan, man. How you doing, man? I'm gonna drop the what's the name early tonight. If y'all seen, I came on early because I'm trying to stick to a little pattern here, man. If I could stick to my pattern, I could come on a lot more. But man, listen, it ain't no good after 8-9 hour live. I think we did 11-hour live the other day. I know before that was a 9-hour live. Man, we gotta in order for me to sustain it, I have to I have to do it a more of a systematic way. You know what I mean? But today is a damn good day, man. Happy Mindset Monday, man. We're gonna start calling these Mindset Mondays, man, to get the YTL YouTube family, no gang shit, to get the YTF off to a great start, man. Because mindset, man, they say who you think you are is who you are. You know what I mean? Like when they say who do you think he is, he is who he think he is. So mine says a lot because what they say, he who say he can and he who say he can't are both usually right. So we're gonna dive into that today, man. We're gonna talk about the cost of living. I'm glad Ronan and OTO is already active because I would like to ask a lot of people that's already got boots on the ground out of the country and stuff like that, like what it's like, you know what I mean, to earn here and live there. You see what I'm saying? Like, what y'all think about them thumbnails, man? Am I putting in too much work with them joints? Am I like over exuding myself on them thumbnails? Do y'all think they really mean anything? Because I really be sitting up thinking about these thumbnails. But yeah, no, we're gonna get to it, man. I did some testing and shit like that. They said my thumbnail's supposed to be good, like good engagement and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm a little bummed that I didn't get to play my my opening song just because it usually be my numbers go up doing that song. I don't know if it's POV dancing with the chicks on that joint or what, but my views generally with my watchers generally go up doing the intro. I don't know if people tune in just for the intro, but during the intro I could have 25, 30 people just watching. Then slowly after the intro it started going down, and I know the YTF be around. Man, shout out to the brothers in this thing of ours because I know they pull up every time without fail, man. Shout out to everybody that's kicking and rocking with Charlie Chan TV. Shout out to okay. that was an unknown figure. Shout out to POV. That was an unknown figure in there. You know what I mean? But I really be hating it when a video don't drop though. And you know what? Somebody told me that, Ronan, but they said if it's longer than 30 seconds, like say it won't let you upload it. Because I would have definitely did that, man. Believe it or not, I put a lot of work in on that. Now my outro video, I was going through it, so we battle scarred lines out here. You know what I mean? But yeah, shout out to POV, man. He be getting it in though, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it was a pleasure to really meet people in person and see like how they really rocking, how they really moving, man. And like I say, man, for the most part, people that I ran into, man, was really who they were, man. Shout out to my good brother Jay Holiday, because Jay Holiday that y'all hear online is the actual Jay Holiday that you would meet in real life, man. You said no, my intro is. Oh, really? Well, you know, you one of the go-tos for that, man. So I might need some guidance on that one, man, if you could be so kind. I'm gonna drop the link fairly early tonight because, like I say, guys, I'm gonna say it before I even drop the link, man. I'm shooting for 2 hours and 30 minutes. Best case scenario, 2 hours. Worst case scenario, 3 hours and 30 minutes. I know that's like, damn, that's a wide margin, but you know, sometimes, bro, we be cooking, we be in the mode, so I be feeling like I be doing not just myself, but people that's a part of this community a disjustice, a misjustice, whatever you want to call it, when I do that. You know what I mean? So when I pull up Ronan, man, Ronan, I'm gonna need you to come in on that too, brother. Cause when you come up, you say when you come up, because when I finna get off, that's when Ronan say, "Oh, I'm finna break out the good stuff." You know what I mean? But shout out to Ronan, man. It's always a pleasure. I think the other night I said that I just felt it. I said that the other night once when I was closing down the live, man. We made magic that night. That was a dope live, man. And guess what? It wasn't all about us complaining about women. It wasn't all of us. It wasn't us all about goddamn it mongering and shit. You know what I mean? It was real men having real men conversation. And really, that's what I do it for, man. You know what I mean? Just because each one teach one. I can learn from Ronan experience. I can learn from OTO experience, Jay, Miguel, Chris in Colombia. I learned from, damn near everybody, man. I just hope that's spreading around. Where do you plan on going on your next trip? I'm putting something together in the background, bro. We got to chat. You know what I mean? We got to chop it up. I'm putting something together in the background, man. I'm putting something. I done had brothers hit me up with some suggestions about my puppies and stuff like that. So, well, they're not puppies, but they smell like puppies still. So I still call them puppies. But I'm still. It's soon. It's soon. Me and a couple brothers talking about sliding out there to that forbidden place that you don't like going to, man. Hey, and speaking of that, bro, Sick, you must have had a damn good time out there too for you to have such a good time. You know what? I ain't going back. You know what I mean? LOL, my memory be kicking in, and then I remembering things. Yeah, no, you definitely like. I don't know. It seemed like I say a trigger word and your memory just kick in like a goddamn mule or something because you start dropping gems then when you say hey, you know what? I was gonna contact my Malik because he got to pull up one of these days, and each one teach one, man. I'm bringing Malik with me, but believe me, I've been watching his channel. You know what I mean? I did kind of pull off on him, but Malik really in these streets too. But yeah, shout out to Malik, man. We got to pull up just because, man, Malik could go somewhere out of the country and he could get a video that'll take off. You know what I mean? Like I say, once I figure out what I got going on, like in the background and stuff like that, it's off to the races. It's definitely off to the races. So yeah. But my thing is like say just anywhere. Believe it or not, I can't say everywhere, but a lot of the numbers I'm going to be dropping tonight is going to be on Colombia. Shout out to Misha because actually, if I'm being transparent, they kind of inspired the idea for the video today, for the live today. You know what I mean? So shout out to them for that. And my phone case holder. 1 second, guys. Okay, there you go. If I'm being honest, man, I knew Colombia had got Misha, man. When I seen them in the club, I was like, damn, we done lost another one, man. We done lost some, man. Like I said, we losing left and right every day, man. So shout out to them. That's why I gotta get out there, man. Shout out to my good brother Two-Tone. He said he'd been out there and he kicked it. You know what I mean? But I said I got to get out there for research purposes, y'all. You know what I mean? Is it the water that y'all drinking out there? What is it? Because it seems like once y'all get out there, y'all start treating the DR almost. Now I'm being facetious, so bear with me. Y'all start treating the DR almost like like you've been driving cars your whole life, but you had to catch the bus one time. That's how y'all be treating the DR. Like me, can you tell me? I don't know. I don't do this today. I had to get to work. Don't ask me nothing. Hopefully I won't be here tomorrow. That's how y'all be acting with the DR. I'm like, damn, man. Yeah, he definitely be in the DR. I mean, up in Africa. Yeah, I think Malik might got a little family out there in Africa, if I'm being honest. You know what I mean? He showed little African Malik out there. So yeah. Colombia. Yeah, I just be wondering what it is. You know what I mean? Like I'm telling y'all, put me in the mind of and these are all life experiences and stuff like that. For me, because like I say, as poor as fucked up as we was down south, and once again, I'm trying to watch the vulgarity. It's like say when the washer went out, we had to go to the laundromat, and we just in there looking around like, this what y'all doing? And like, hey man, what do I get changed? Like, I don't know, bro. This is just my first time here, man. I don't know, bro. This your regular? You do this every week? Oh, okay. Your first time too. Well, you feel my pain, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, Tone, what up? Misha say what's up. Shout out to the chat. Hey, Rona say, not the buzz. Yeah, well, here's the thing. I've been fortunate enough to, know how to move around, get cars and stuff like that. I'm not really a bus taker. Now here's the thing. If I had to, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Point blank, period. But yeah, no, it's been time or two. Something came up, especially like when I was going through stuff like years and years and years ago, like 20 years ago, and I was having medical issues. It'd be a time or two to where I had to get on the bus, man, and it was like a foreign world to me, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. It felt like, man, this what y'all be doing? Like for years? This is crazy. I'm like, I'm in the museum or something. Like, this is crazy. So you get off, you just pull the little bing. Like, what if he don't stop? Like, he gonna stop. What if he don't though? Like, he gonna stop. Like, oh, okay. So bus riding. I don't plan on doing this shit too long. You know what I mean? So yeah, no, that's a fact. But yeah, for sure. But yeah, no, man. Like I say, the numbers that I'm gonna be relaying to today is gonna be Columbia. And this is gonna be a series, you know what I mean? Hopefully I could remain keeping this a series like Mindset Mondays, you know what I mean? Just because the vast majority of people that's over here that's watching are travelers, you know what I mean? And some people, Two-Tone, Misha, Rainier, Ronan, are people that are planning to relocate. So I think these kind of conversations are very, very important for us to have, for not just to talk things out, but to have that mindset and things to what to expect. That's why expat is such a pivotal member of the community, because he's a person he's actively living out of the country. You know what I mean? So he probably could add some advice to where we didn't even know. They said there's things that you don't know, like how you gonna get around, how you gonna feel, and like how the food gonna affect your body. But there's things that you don't even know you don't know. You know what I mean? And that's where people like Ronin, Expat, OTO, that's where their experience come in handy. You know what I mean? You say you looking for flights now, man. That's all. Listen, I think I asked that before. Am I the only one that do that though? I don't got no games on my phone. I swear I promise you I don't. But like, say if I'm in a waiting room somewhere and I'm not doing no work on my phone, I just randomly be looking up flights. Like, I want to know what's going on in these flight streets. You know what I mean? So, am I not like, man? I got all type of flying apps on my phone. You know what I mean? So maybe I'm the only one that do that. But I look at flights to pass time. Like, damn, that's a good flight. I can get from here to the. Listen, so much so to where. Shout out to my good brother Ryan. You know, Ryan, we trying to get him to be the ambassador for Spirit, because Spirit don't know how much Ryan really rock with Spirit. You know what I mean? So much so to where I'll see a flight from Chicago to like say Columbia for like $175 on Spirit. I'd be like, man, the devil be busy, don't it? The devil be busy. Like, no, I'm trying to stay away from Spirit. And he's like, you sure? I think they next step is they gonna hit me up and offer me a ticket for free on Spirit. Man, just come check us out. I'm like, I might have to try it, y'all. I might have to try it. So yeah, but like I say, I was looking up some numbers and stuff like that. And like say the average, let's just say McDonald's part-time here, if you making $17 an hour, that come out to $1,500 a month part-time. And through let's just say, we'll say hourly wage in Columbia, on minimum, the lowest, it could be as low as $2.30. And there's people that's figuring out a way to live. I'm not sitting there living an extravagant life. I'm just saying there's people they're figuring out a way to live. You know what I mean? To where why can't we, like, even on a Mac? That's why I want to look up McDonald's salary and stuff like that. They say what was that at? Godly. The median individual earning here full time in America is $62,000. $62,600, which is to say that that's more than enough to what you need to survive in Colombia. So if you even took a pay cut to where you had half of that, you lived on half of that, half of 62,000. Half of 60,000 is 30, so that's 31,000. What do that come out to a month? A little bit less than, what's that, like 29? That's just some rough math, guys. Let's see. 21,000 divided by 12. I mean, shit, goddamn it. 21,000 divided by 12. That's 2,500 a month. And I wouldn't believe it if Rainier didn't say, like, he said he believed it could be done. And he was just out there. You know what I mean? And you could tell by the way Rainier and Misha giving it up, they not moving out there to stay in no tin shed. So you know what I mean? That's why I say I got to go out there and goddamn it, you say you got these front or I don't fly. Got those front seats, or I don't. Well, here's the thing. In contrast to that, to Spirit, see, I'm a person that look at the numbers, like individually, itemized wise. Like once you get done paying for the front seat, you paying for oxygen because they charge you for everything on that one. Like once you get that little oxygen pack, you pay for your bags and you pay for the get on fee and all of that shit, man. It come out to the damn near the same price as a decent Delta seat on Delta. So yeah, no, I feel you. Hey, my good brother my good brother Ryan feel the same way. He loves Spirit. In fact, don't even say nothing bad about Spirit while bro around, because he fucks with Spirit. And here's the thing, I'm not gonna lie. If I had Ryan geolocation, like say if I stayed in Miami or Fort Lauderdale, oh man, Spirit be my best friend. I probably get a Spirit tattoo. You know what I mean? Shout out to OTO pulled up in the building. You know what I mean? I even think about that. Like OTO had a dope ass view. You know what I mean? I don't know if he went to like the lobby on the top floor or something like that, but that view that he had, I'm fucking with you, OTO. But that view that he had was supreme, man. Like, all right, like I know people gonna always like add some drama to something and stuff like that, but can you imagine just waking up every day having that view? Well, like it'll be hard to be mad at stuff, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, she stole my shoes, but look at this view, man. You know what I mean? I'm this close to the beach, whatever. I can't see myself being mad about that, you know. So Misha says facts. Shout out to Misha. She's I'm willing to take a payout to live out there. Yeah, listen. Let me see. I said that, like, say, far as remote wise, I got that little bit on remote. You know what I mean? I can pretty much be anywhere in the world and get that little 25, you know, but I don't know. I got to go out there and experience it. You know what I mean? Like 25 to think that you could live good somewhere off of 2,500 a month. I got to go experience it, man. And listen, y'all know I'm Hodor for the DR. Y'all know that. But man, they tainted my thinking, man. I'm like, what is they got going out there, man? You know what I mean? Shout out to Ronan. He said, I take the cheapest flight I can. RJ to DR is cheaper than Spirit. See, but here's the thing. It may be cheaper than Spirit, but Spirit got a cheap Spirit. You feel me? It's like you feel like you in the bando with Spirit. Like, you remember Soul Plane when one section of the plane, they was holding, standing up like they was on the bus? That's how I feel when I get on Spirit, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I call it the Greyhound of the skies. And even that is a stretch because at least Greyhound seats recline and they got cushion on them. Man, you sitting on a stadium seat. Like, Spirit get their seats from like baseball stadiums or something. They just hard plastic seats or something, man. They call that okay. Hold on, I'm gonna get to you. Is it yeah? Let me see. He said, you living good in South Asia. Man, what you got to be upset about there, Charlie? No, that's what. Well, when you say they're in Minnesota, would you? Well, I'm not in South Asia now. I'm in America, but I'm just saying, like, and you know, being in America, and we don't have to go into that, but it comes with its own set of problems. You know what I mean? Like, it just do, and just to be somewhere to where you know, like, long as this is coming in on a regular basis. Oh, excuse me, God. What it do? What it do, Famo? Super chilling. G, I'm on. Okay. Yep. Let me hit you right back. My apologies, guys. Sometimes, like when my phone rings, there's certain people that I have to answer the phone for just because of something important may be happening. But y'all know anytime I go to saying anything I feel strongly about, we got my arch nemesis pull up, man. Like, I promise, I don't be feeling like the superhero. So he probably Batman, and I'm probably goddamn it, Joker or somebody. You know what I mean? Like, we just arch nemesis and shit. But he said Charlie Cap, they got new planes. Yep, and I'm almost guaranteeing that those new planes got them same stadium seats. So they got different levels of seats. Yeah, they got that big ass lazy boy in the front to where once you get done paying for that, shit, you damn near done bought a regular ticket. And then guess what? You can't even get on the Spirit flight looking fly for real. You know what I mean? You got to wear some sweatpants and some shorts because you might have to sock a nigga out getting on that joint. You know what I mean? And they boarding classes just they don't even got like what is it? Boarding group 1. They like boarding the south side. Whoop whoop. You know what I mean? East side pulling up. Spirit just a little much for me now. Once again, guys, I'm being facetious, but for me to take a Spirit flight from Minnesota, Chicago to the DR, man, I'm not never coming back, bro. That's the only way I could see it, bro. He said, I'll be sleeping good in Spirit flights. Have my neck pillow and I'll be good. Yeah, well, here's the thing. In order for it to work for me, and then how tall are you guys too? Because height matter on there, bro. Like, height lives matter on those Spirit flights. And I can tell you this, man. If your ass is anything above 3 feet tall, man, your knees is finna goddamn it. Man, they finna get toe up. Because even though those seats don't recline, man, it's like they hit you on the knee and weigh in, like, go and get them ready. Go and get your knees stretched out. But once again, like I said, from Minnesota, like an 8-9 hour flight on the Spirit, bro, I might as well go on pay the goddamn it, that little ticket. You know what I mean? But like, say, if I was in Ryan position, like say down there in Florida or POV position, and it's a 2-3 hour flight, man, I'll be down there every weekend. But you know, Spirit and getting bougie, it ain't nothing worse than a ghetto motherfucker thinking they bougie, man. That's almost like a hate crime to me. Like, Spirit, bro. You got referees as goddamn flight attendants, man. Y'all can't get too bougie, man. Bro, the pilot is a game banger. I heard that nigga say, "What up, cuz?" I heard the pilot say that, man. Y'all can't get too bougie, man. Listen, I heard the flight attendant say type shit one time. The pilot said, "Hey, y'all make sure y'all got on y'all." Yeah, he said, "Hey," like he's trying to get a nigga to, "Hey, y'all make sure y'all got on y'all seatbelt." And the flight attendant said, "Type shit." You know what I mean? Like, ain't no way. Ain't no way, man. He said, "Nah, Charlie. He said, I'm bougie about flying, but those front seats on Spirit are acceptable." No, I get it. I've never sat in those front seats. You know what I mean? And they look comfortable as I'm going back to the dungeon, because anything past those little front 2 rows with them decent seats is, it seemed like you going into the dungeon, man. You know what I mean? And man, I seen somebody ask for some. Listen, they got those little water cooler cups to where they got them give you water in, bro. Like you a kindergartner, bro. Like, what the hell? Then it's a whole like 1 liter Fiji water or some shit. It ain't even nothing exclusive. Yeah, no, I'm being hard on Spirit. That's because Spirit be hard on my knees, bro. You know what I mean? I'm getting uncomfortable just thinking about sitting on the floor. I mean, on the Spirit flight. Yeah, I'm just getting uncomfortable thinking about it. And say, and they have premium, and then the other seats. Yeah, no, it's either. And then even in the good seats, like you still down here in the ghetto. That's like having a nice house in the ghetto, bro. Like you still in the ghetto, man. Like even with the good seats, man, you still might have to sock a person out. Even the dude that's sitting by you, man. He said, "No, I don't, cause I never experienced that." What you elaborate? What you mean you haven't never experienced? I'm trying to keep up with the what's name. Look and say it's only 3 levels of seats on Spirit. They change middle class seats. So no, I might have to sit next to another person. Yeah, that's crazy. And you just gotta know, bro. Like whoever you sitting to is from another hood. You know what I mean? Like if you wear a suit, that might be the hack, bro. If you wear a suit, they'll just put you in the first class. I mean, see, I'm calling it first class like it's crazy. You know what I mean? If you wear a suit, they may just put you up there in the good seat. You know what I mean? Like we don't want him fighting because obviously he may be somebody. But man, come on, man. Like, bro, that's where like gangbangers could go recruit members on Spirit flights. I heard traveling overseas on Spirit is better. Did the person that told you that, was they drunk or was they sober? Because I think you gotta take that into consideration. Just because every time I get on the Spirit fight, man, I'm getting drunk, bro. I ain't lying to it. Man, I'm bringing as many of those airplane bottles that I can through that joint. I'm drinking in the lounge. If I had time, I'm stop at a restaurant, buy a beer. Those beers would be like $20 for a little glass, man. But here's the thing, come on, Ron. See, I think you being distant. You need to. Okay, you say you get the front seat. I was gonna say, ain't no way you saying that you fly comfortable in those regular seats on Spirit and you 6'2", because I'm 6'2", and man, listen, those seats so hard on my knees. All I could think about was what's that A-Ball MJG song where he said, "I'm coming out hard," because man, listen, a 4-hour flight on that joint make you feel like you done had a hood tutorial. Like, yeah, that's where Lil Forehead and them got shot, and Lil Pookie, he socked the brother out right there. You know what I mean? That's how. Come on, man. But you said wide ass shoulders, believe me, you not cramming me in those. See what I'm saying? So let me ask you this, Ronnie. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the what's name, because here's the beef for the night. That's crazy. You said bougie flight takers not at home. Hey, I hear you. And here's the thing. Let's be clear. If everything else stopped flying and they was like, you gotta take a Spirit flight to get down to the DR. I'm gonna start stretching. Like, show me who I gotta sock out, because I know me and somebody finna get to throwing these hands. That's how they say hello over there. Like, dude, sock. Oh, what's going on? Oh no, they just homeboys. What? Oh man, okay. And that's where you might as well go to the club, because it's gonna be some skimpy, goddamn ashy ankles and shit on there. I'm gonna drop the link, bro, because I get it. Y'all gonna get on me about the spirit joint, but I don't think God made everybody for that though, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not that type of prayer warrior. You know what I mean? Send me the actual, send me to a street fight or something, bro. Let me get it in. Let me take the Kimbo Slice route or something, man, because that's just too much for me. You know what I mean? Back with me, I took the flight into Cancun, Mexico, and maybe it was a bit different. Nah, what? It was only one fight opposed to 5. Like, when you say different, like, you gotta, because here's the thing. This is what I will say too. Just giving Spirit Day props. The flight attendants are like security guards, so they gotta know how to fight. So there's that. No, I'm joking. Let me see. Go to sleep. Oh, shout out to you. See, look, you can't even agree with me in public. You got to send me a private message that you agree with me. That's crazy, bro. He said, and he said, when y'all going to Brazil, brother, I gotta join that trip. Yeah. And here's the thing: if you take Spirit flight, I'll pay for it the whole way. The whole way, I'll pay for it. No, I'm joking. Don't hold me to it, because y'all know I like saying what I say and meaning what I say and saying what I mean. But that'll be like what's that show that Joe Rogan used to be on? Was it Fear Factor? Yeah, that'll be a Fear Factor joint. Take a whole man. I took, what was that? I think that was United in my man, and my legs, knees, and all of that shit was still hurt. But we putting something together. We putting something together for sure, man. Because I gotta get back out to Brazil, man. Brazil is one of the most beautiful places that I've ever seen in real life. It's like a painting out there, especially when you see those mountains that look like they've been crafted by like some type of artist or something, man. It is crazy, bro. It's crazy. I'm gonna post a link, because shit, I've been going on about my hatred for goddamn Spirit for about 30 minutes. Listen, because here's the thing. When Spirit first came out and they had those flights, bro, I called a Spirit flight. And I learned, but I ain't learned too well, because when when I first took my cousin down to the DR, not this last time where everybody got a chance to meet my cousin. The first time I took him with me, we took because my kinfolk, like he one of the cheapest dudes I ever known. Like, I'm so cheap, I've never seen him order a cheeseburger. He the type of dude that say, man, I got cheese at home, so you finna go home and put cheese on your cheeseburger, bro? It's only 30 cents, G. I put him a piece of cheese on there too. Let him live it up. I got it. Put the 30 cents on my tab. Like, I'm saying that to say this. When we left from the DR, we took a flight to Florida on Spirit. He was like, bro, I know you got this flight because I like to save money and shit, bro, but they're just gonna opt out for the good flights next time. I promise you. Hold on, let me get the little whoop. I got you. You know, I got Charlie over here at Charlie Chan TV, man. I'm working on leveling up, man. I'm working on leveling up. Shout out to Misha. What it do, Misha?
Hey, what's up, y'all? What's going on?
Man, just chilling. I was talking about the comparisons of Colombia and the price of living and stuff like that. Mindset Mondays, trying to start some type of theme here, but they got me off on this Spirit tantrum. How you feel about Spirit, Misha?
Shit, I heard when you go like places. I'm sorry, I'm cooking at the same time. I heard when you go to places like Brazil and Colombia, that crowd on that airline is not that bad. Miguel rides Spirit, and he's really tall. So
I can almost guarantee that if Miguel is hopping on Spirit, he's got to get that big seat or the exit row. Yeah, I'm almost willing to bet on if Miguel came up here, and I'm not usually I'm not saying I do that, but if Miguel came up here and said, "No, I just be flying in the regular seats, Charlie," I'm gonna be thinking, man, you lying, bro. I
yeah,
know you
because
lying. You
he's
taller than
tall as
me.
hell.
Yeah, he taller than me. So and they be killing my feet. Hold on, shout out to what JM. He said, Charlie, did you forget you from the hood? That don't mean I gotta do hood shit my whole life though, JM. I'm trying to leave that in the past, man. But yeah, no, like I say, just talking about it and stuff like that. Like I said, I was talking to Ray Near, and he was saying that you think that you can have a good quality of life out there for $2,500.
Oh yeah, most definitely. That's why I said yesterday. I said I'm willing to take a pay cut to live in Colombia. Like I'm willing to get a remote job, $16, $17 an hour. If I did that and Rainier got his business out here running, we won't be good. I'm ready to start putting all this shit in my house up for sale on Facebook Market and all that. Come get this shit, $1 each. Take everything. Ooh.
So you gonna have one of them waiting to exhale sales on their ass.
Hell yeah, just to get up out of here and be in Colombia, the way I see the fun I had out there, take all this shit. I don't care. I'll start all over again.
I heard that. But from what you and Ronan was, I mean not Ronan, from what you and Rainier was saying yesterday, you said you don't need all that flashy stuff out there though, huh?
Nah, you don't need that. Nope. You could just dress regular. You don't need none of that stuff out there. Like I said, the person that's doing all the flashy stuff, I'm gonna get the same attention as that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's no need. Like it's no need for none of that.
Yeah,
If I went out there being as though, I come from the East Coast where I wear that kind of stuff, shit, I'll just be rocking the Adidas. I'm fine with that. That shit look fly to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
nah, that's what's up though, man. I think it's about just the way. Let me ask y'all though, man. Oh, let me get through this. Low key, low key Luck says titles like these are great, but they I find that they OTO Ronan. Shout out to y'all. Let me give you brothers the I wish I had a 21 gun salute. But low key Lex, real quick, low key Lex, if you got something that you want to add, man, please feel free. That's why I want to have these conversations so we can hit the mark, so we can goddamn it conversate and like know what to expect or like be properly prepared. So man, feel free to drop a gem or pull up and converse. You done been over here for a while, low key Luck. So you know how I give it up, bro. Like if you want to pull up and drop some game, man, you're more than welcome to. But real quick, shout out to Ronan, Travelers, and OTO Financial Frontier, man. How y'all brothers doing?
Good, man. Just chilling. Just woke up, had my coffee, got my little starter breakfast, and I'm sitting in the lab right now. So, I'm good. But just to speak on these Spirit Airlines, man, I'm bougie when it comes to flying. So I don't normally fly Spirit. Matter of fact, the person I flew Spirit with, she had talked me into it. But once I saw those front seats, I said, okay, it's acceptable. I gotta have a lot of leg room too. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no small guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah. I mean, even if I sat in a regular seat, man, I'm rubbing shoulders on anybody on the other side of me. Because my shoulders are wider than the damn chair.
What's up, y'all?
My apologies, man. Real quick, man. My apologies to POV. He deserves it. He definitely deserves a round of applause, man. Shout out POV. How you living, good brother?
I'm doing good, man. I'm a budget traveler, so man, I don't even need a seat. Just like you said, Soul Plane. Let me hold that pole. I'll be good, man. As long as it's cheap. Forget all that. I don't know all this other stuff y'all talk about sitting comfortably. You only on a flight for 3-4 hours. Like, calm down. Y'all don't need to spend $300-$400 more than that.
I gotta call you out on that, POV. He came here to rub that in our face. Pause on the simple
How
fact.
tall are you?
These 3-4
First
hours.
of all, no. Wait. First of all,
goddamn
how tall are you, brother? POV, how tall are you?
It don't matter how tall I am.
Yeah,
I'm 5'7". I'm 5'7". Yes, I don't have those leg rooms like y'all.
Only a short person will say some shit like that, man.
Hey, nah, man. It don't matter with the seats. It don't matter none of that stuff. Spirit is the safest one. Get you from here and there. It's never been in on. Nobody's ever died on Spirit. Spirit has the newer planes. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys forget all that noise and all that other stuff. The cheapest way you could get me there, you could just fit me with 2 fat chicks. And I'll be in the middle. I'll be good.
I'll be warm like a piece of butter.
No, but here's the thing. That's not what they're gonna do. They're gonna put you beside 3 equally or larger dudes. I mean, 2 equally sized or larger dudes than you are. I'm like, they couldn't even.
Most of the time, they let you get the. I remember when me and Ryan went back to America from Cuba, and he paid what, an extra $100 to sit 4 rows above me, and I got the emergency exit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the difference?
I hear they charging for the emergency exit row now.
Yeah, they charge for it. If they don't have nobody, they'll ask you, or you can ask them.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't like they charge you for everything, man. They charge you for you want oxygen on this flight or no? Like that's how they give it up, bro. I promise you. Real quick, Charlie, the ninjas that fly Spirit ain't usually gonna be in the lounge. I know that's right. Red say they gotta give me an offer that I can't refuse.
Like you gotta stay away from the Houstons, the Miamis, the Atlanta. If you fly Spirit,
what you mean? I flew out a hobby, actually.
On Spirit?
Yeah, down to Cancun, Mexico.
All right. Did you have your boxer gloves on? Were you ready?
Didn't
we strapped?
Didn't need it. Didn't need none of that.
Okay.
It was a cordial flight. What you kidding? Nah, man, it was a good flight.
Oh, okay. Good. Oh, wait. Where were you going? This
was during the pandemic. I always used to fly back and forth to Cancun. That was my little hideout, bro.
Oh, yeah. Black people don't go to Cancun.
Back and forth to Cancun.
I'm talking about Atlanta to Houston. Do that.
No, I ain't doing none of that. I mean, the only reason I got on Spirit because I usually fly Southwest, and Southwest does not have a flight down into Mexico.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna bother Misha in a second, but how's everybody doing?
What you gonna contact me on WhatsApp? What that's supposed to mean?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna bother you now. No, on here. You over here going to Colombia and stuff, having a great time. What's going on?
Colombia,
DR, I thought you were DR the hardest. You got your friends in DR?
Listen, I said to myself before I went to Colombia, and it's on one of my lives, I don't recall which one, but I was like, listen, it's a lot of things that that I might not switch over to Colombia for. And number one is the food, because I'm Hispanic and I'm a foodie girl.
Yeah.
Like, I like to eat good food. And I said, man, fuck that good food. I'm switching over.
Damn.
Yeah, I said the hell with all of that. Like, I'm cool. Like, if I want good food, man, it's people out there that you could teach to make good food. Like, I'm not with the Colombian food, but like American breakfast and all that, like they can make it for you as long as you tell them how to make it and all that. Like, I'm cool. Like, Colombia got me in the chokehold.
And how much is the cost for CTG? I know Medellin is a little bit cheaper, but is CTG cheaper?
They say they said that it's more expensive than Medellin, and it's cheaper than the Dominican Republic. So, like, let's just say I stood there because I'm always transparent with you guys, and I don't give a shit who likes what I spent and who don't.
Mm-hmm.
But we spent $3,000 for 2 weeks.
That's still not bad for what y'all did.
Right. We went to clubs. We did everything we wanted to do. We went to beaches. We went to rooftops. We did a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
That 3,000 was included with the fees for the tipping and everything, like the tipping
The
the
mangoes
housemaid and
too.
all of that shit. Everything,
Oh,
Ubers,
okay.
all of that.
Nah, that's not bad actually.
Yeah,
That's not
and
bad at
we
all.
and we had leftover from the 3,000 that we had. We had leftover with us, but we knew we were coming back, so we brought a couple dollars back with us. So we ain't even spend the whole 3,000, to be honest with you.
So that's not bad at all.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that you
That's a
got to
fact.
plan your trip right because you can get caught up in the tourist prices, if you're not
Yeah.
locked in with locals and all that. But if you play your cards right and you pre-gaming and you meet somebody thorough out there, at the end of the day, in order to win, you got to try. You got to put yourself out there. So if you don't, then you just gonna be at the wall city and doing all that other shit and spending a whole bunch of money. So
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's what's up.
I
That's what's
agree.
up.
yeah,
OTO, what's up, good brother?
Was good.
Man,
Can
just
you hear me?
chilling, just chilling.
Yeah,
Trying
you
to.
got me.
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
All right, bet.
Real quick, if anybody that's on the panel, if you guys want to simulcast, feel free to. We need to spread this mindset Monday like throughout the internet, man. You know what I mean? They didn't believe in us, but God did. But yeah, no, that's my thing, man. I just want something more simple than now. Like it just seemed like everything is at a fast pace. Everybody's so serious about everything. Like I'm sick of seeing pictures where niggas is too goddamn gangster to smile, man. Like I'm shit. You know what I mean? It's just a little much for me at times, bro. So I gotta get up out of here. I just do. But I'm going to Colombia to see what it's like. What'd you say?
Yeah.
I was about to challenge you. So what are you doing in order to do that? I mean, are you making money that you can do it remotely?
Yep. I haven't. Today was the first day. I've been up this early in a while. I tried to take a nap, but I had so much work that I need to get done. I'm getting used to it, like ramping up. Sometimes you gotta to level up. You gotta step out of your comfort zone to get something you never had. You gotta do something you never done. At least in my opinion. I'm sure like my arch nemesis in the chat would be like, hell no, you could do everything you done always done and get something you never had. I'm just saying in my opinion, so I'm actively working towards it. Like now I'm downsizing from my apartment from short. Like so I was just telling my mother that man, I got granite countertops in here, man, and that don't make your food taste no better. You would think it'd come with a little seasoning or something. You just paying more just because of the way this shit look. It ain't worth it to me. You know what I mean? So I'm downsizing. I'm actually getting in the mindset of it. Like from what Misha and Rainier say, I'm at the point to where I could go out there now, as far as like money wise. But if I was to go out there now, I study need to be able to grow me a base like a savings account or like say my portfolio and things of that nature. So if it's just enough for me to survive, that's not good enough. Even if I'm surviving well, I need to be able to put something to the side and watch it grow like a tree.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just me. So yeah. POV, have you been to Colombia?
Yeah. But like in I think it's like 2018, maybe. But I only been to Medellin and it rained the whole time. So my experience is limited.
Yeah.
So I need to get back out there. When I was there is before the passport bros and all that. I just went. So now it's a
I'll
little
show
bit
you a good
different.
time. Don't worry about it, Travel.
All right, good. And everybody need to check out Misha's review of the Airbnb. It's actually the best one I've seen on Jay's and all them because you get
Thank
the
you.
inside, you get the inside feel, you get the rooftop. Because I always just see the rooftop and the pool and stuff like that, but now you get the from start to finish. So y'all
Thank
need to
you.
check her video out and leave a comment. But other than that, what's up? How's everybody else doing?
Yeah, for sure. Listen, real quick, man, y'all can see Misha not stopping and nor am I. Y'all got a rare opportunity to say, man, I was rocking with them when they had less than 1,000 subscribers, man. It's not gonna be like that for long. It's
Right.
just like
And I
in the book.
also,
Go
go ahead,
ahead.
I'm sorry. No,
No, go ahead. You got it.
I also mentioned yesterday, Charlie, like if you're not ready to put up videos, because you know, me and you, we beginners with this shit and we learning as time go on or whatever. Before I got to Colombia, I had less than 300 followers. When DCPRT put that content out and he was tagging me and stuff, I went up to 300 followers. And then from there, I added some shorts on my page that actually went viral. And all of them got crazy views on it. So I'm almost at 400 subscribers. So the shorts work, you
Oh
know,
shit! Look at
do
that.
what you gotta do to get to where you gotta get to. Like every little bit counts. You get what I'm saying? And when you out in Colombia or DR, whatever country you choose to travel at, when you talking and you vibing with good people, don't forget to tell them, like, pull their phone out. Here, click the subscribe button.
Yeah.
Even if they don't go watch it, they a person that subscribed to your channel. Like, it don't even fucking matter. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
so
Sure.
shout out to
That's a
DCPRT for
fact.
getting me up to that 300 mark. And then from there, I put some shorts up and it got me almost to 400. So
That's what's up, man. You're
Yeah,
growing.
that's a fact.
trying
Charlie
to.
doing his
Real
thing.
quick,
Y'all
man,
doing
let
your
me
thing.
shout out Millie. They say their birthday is going to be next Monday, man. Shout out to you. I hope you have many more, man. And life is what you make it, and I hope you're making it a good one.
Thanks. Real quick, let me shout out my boy Tevin King in the building. Appreciate the $10 super chat. Support all Black media, as well as David Dice. What's up, fam? Appreciate you coming in and dropping the $2 super chat. Also, I'd like you guys to go over and not only subscribe to Charlie Chan TV, but go subscribe to all the people on the panel. Vibing with Misha. I'm gonna drop her link. Frontier, Financial Frontier with O2O. Changed his name, still same game, you know. And then Travel POV.
That's a fact.
Yep.
That's a fact. Anybody if you guys want to, and shout out to OTO. Real quick, OTO. Do you prefer OTO or O2O?
Say it how you want to. Get it how you live. I ain't tripping.
I heard that. Well,
We've been called many names,
to,
especially coming up the Marine Corps, right? We don't give a damn how you call.
No. You know, I tell you, call me what you want, just don't call me collect. But no, I just want to make sure I'm not butchering his name. And like, oh, you talking about O2O niggas are two and not a T? Like, all right, bro. You know how niggas get specific on this net. But shout out to Low Key Lux. He definitely bring up a good point. He said airline loyalty is a thing. Travel credit card perks are a thing. He said you can be economical and still, goddamn it, travel in style. For sure. And shout out to you, Tevin King, man. Support, man. You know, support is always good, bro. You know what I mean? Like, to support is one. I mean, to show up is one thing, but to, you know, just show your love in that matter is definitely another one. And I can't speak for Ronan, but I'm sure he appreciates it. Shout out to you, bro. But yeah, if once again, if anybody, reason why I was shouting out OTO because he never even brought up his channel over here, man. So, like some people just pull up and just be pulling up to kick it, man. But anybody that's on the panel, which everybody have been on here more than once, if you guys want to shout out your channel or want me to put the link, put it in the back chat and I'll post it. It'll make it clickable, as well as the old saying goes, like, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. You know what I mean? And this community that's getting cultivated over here, ecstatic to be a part of it. So,
Yeah,
the like
I
button.
want to follow. What's his name? OT. I think I tried it
OTO.
last time. I couldn't find it before, or maybe I'm not getting his updates. But if you can drop the link for me so I can subscribe, be good.
Yeah, for sure.
And I recently just hit over 700, so I'm happy.
Shout out to you, bro.
Yeah. So my last video was doing good.
Congratulations.
All you
Yes.
youngins, I'm so proud of y'all. Like a proud pop.
Yeah.
There you go.
So I've been talking to my shit to a big YouTuber. He's like, you little ass channel. But we cool. I just be talking shit sometimes.
Yeah, man. Hey, they be trying to
I'm
shit on us little creators, man. But shout out to what's his name?
My last video went. My last video
ahead.
went over 1K, and I had to hit him up like, yo, look at my video. You know, he's like, little channel. I got like 10K subscribers. You got 700. But I had to hit him up, so it was good. And he gave me advice on what I should do, you know, going forward. So
that much.
that was a good thing.
10K right now. That ain't that much. You ain't doing a lot with 10K.
Oh no, he's cool. He's cool. So it was all good.
Yeah, no, like say when you coming up, man, especially when you, because I don't even think I got close to breaking a 1,000. Okay, 1K, but I haven't yet. But it just hit different. Just like Misha say, her most recent video, she was like, and then the live that she did, she was like, they doing numbers, and for small creators, you pay attention to that.
Yeah. You did, because you're the one you did in Brazil of the thing did numbers. You remember that, Charlie?
The carnival.
Yeah.
No, say that again.
That one did numbers, didn't it? That one had to be over
carnival.
5K.
Oh yeah. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
I
think it's around 10K.
I'm damn near 13K on that one.
Look at that. See,
it's over. It's last time I checked, it was like 12.5 or something like that.
Oh, okay. See, that's what's up.
But here's the thing, man. I think like say, well, I got that saying from Prime. He said, man, my grandma used to always say, like, you leave 5 minutes before your blessing. And I should have just kept doubling down with videos like that. And even when I was doing my marathon, my numbers was going so crazy to where I stopped doing my marathon. Shout out to Tam pulling up, showing love. She say, this why Misha ain't reply. Yeah, she kicking it with the YTL, the YouTube family.
What up, Tam? I haven't talked to Tam in a while.
Yeah, he said Granite is making a comeback. Well, it could keep going. It could go where it came from, just because it to me it's not worth it. At least right now. Like, I think the food finna have a little more salt on it or something. The food tastes the same as I made it on goddamn cardboard. So, but shout out to you, Low Key Lux. He said, salute, fellas and ladies. Shout out to you, bro. We got Black Cleaner in the building. Salute. He said, okay, the family, Ron. Shout out to you. Shout out to y'all. But let me ask y'all, the two brothers that's actually on the panel that live out of the country, what some things that you guys experienced that you didn't expect to, or you didn't plan for?
Damn. What didn't I plan for?
That's a good question.
It is. You know what? I'm going to be doing a video on this, but I'm trying to remember right now. You know, the PTSD is sinking in. But as far as cost of living, it's a lot better for you to be overseas. Right now, I told you guys I'm working on AI automation and a lot of different aspects when it comes into sales and different things like that. So it's a good place for me to be able to learn and not have to worry about my overhead. You know, I'm in a 4-bedroom house in a gated community. I only pay $800 a month. Now, could I found something less? Yeah, in the same community. Yeah. You know, I have my own truck. I can drive anywhere I want. I'm in a province. I don't live in the city. I don't like being in city life. You know, I'm a 50-minute flight away from Manila. You know, so it just depends on your level of comfort. You know, so when it comes down to cost of living, way more economical for even for you to build your nest egg, your legacy, whatever you want to call it. And then I'm doubling back. I'm going back to Texas. I'm going to buy some land there and build on that. You know, but it's a good way to build up that nest egg. It's a good way to build up the automation to where money is coming in when you're not thinking about it. There's so many different aspects. Everybody says, and if you look at the internet right now, the biggest thing they're saying is how many millionaires are going to be made off of AI? Get in the game. I'm 58 years old. So most likely everybody I'm talking to is younger than me. And I'm still sitting here in the game. So as you guys get older, you start talking about, oh, I'm going to retire. No, you're not. And if you do, that's dumb. There's always something you can do with your mind, even if you don't do it physically. Work smarter, not harder. And that's what AI does. It helps you work smarter, not harder.
Yep,
But I'm going to remember what I forgot to do. I'm going to let Ochuo jump in because he's over in Thailand.
Yeah. Shout outs to everybody on the goddamn panel. So anyways, I would probably say something that's simple. It's nothing, Charlie, bro. I don't forget nothing. I don't miss it. We hit it on the square every time. I think one of the biggest things I said a long time ago, I used to say outsource your life. I don't know how many people just remember Detroit used to be automotive until the actual factories decided to take their manufacturing overseas. That was their cost. It's called operating costs. You have a cost of living as an individual person. So if you could do geographic max and geomax and geographic arbitrage, whatever you want to call it, if you could outsource your cost of living into a cheaper country where the dollar is more powerful, then go there. And then at the same time, you still make capital in the United States because it's one of the greatest places to make money out of all places in the world. It's one of the largest markets, and it constantly is evolving, and there's massive amounts of financing. Plus, you have no limitations. Nobody will say, oh, you can't buy this land over here. You can't do this. So you have less limitations. That does not mean you can't make opportunities when you go overseas also. But I'm just saying the holistic perspective is that. So outsource your life is nothing that is something that's to add value. And then I'll end on this. Also, if I was in the United States, I'd be richer. So at the end of the day, it's really about your skill set. Like I did house hacking. I lived in DC. I paid zero in rent. I actually made money when I lived in DC, where everybody said it costs too much money to live in DC. It depends on what type of lifestyle you build out for yourself. And so at the end of the day, you need to cultivate the skill before you go overseas. Might be best to do that because I've seen people come overseas and crash out too, because then they level up too high and then they can't sustain their lifestyle. And then now they have to go back to America and figure things out. So it's just a skill set, regardless of where you are. Just like you say, Charlie, right? If you a lick, if you a simp, if you a sucker, a buster with ladies, in America, you might be a buster anywhere and a lick anywhere. So at the end of the day, you just got to build up the skill and then go overseas. I'm mostly overseas, not mostly because of actual money. It's because the people are just like in a better mood. So at the end of the day, I like Thai people. They're like very generous and hospitable people. It's not the same in America. And so at the end of the day, you could build whatever you want in your life. Just outsource your life.
Yeah. So I would like to challenge you, brothers, on that. So you mean to tell me it's either like, say, you just packed a backpack and just say, you know what, I'm going to deal with it as it come, or you guys literally thought of everything before you guys left?
You forget a couple things and you don't realize a couple things until you get here.
Right. I'm like,
let me say the simple basics. They running on almost 200 watts on your wall. So if you don't have energy converters, which is common sense to some people, but not to a lot of, damn, Misha, I wanted to make a lasagna too. And I see her over there laying those damn lasagna noodles. You're killing me. Because I just spoke to my lady about making a lasagna here in the Philippines.
Just to show y'all I really be busy, because Charlie and them don't be wanting me to get off live, but I got to be a wife. I got to be a mom. It's a lot of work over here, but I'm multitasking. So
no, that's a fact. And lasagna is a labor of love.
Just the basics of even bringing your electronics over here, you have to plan for that. So there's
Oh,
certain
really?
things like you need to bring in power converters and make sure that you have things that you're running on US power at 112, 115 that can handle the output of a wall jack here in whatever country you're going to, whether it be Europe, Southeast Asia, or Latin America. Remembering to do that is one thing, clothing, you got to bring enough clothes, but then you got to replace your clothes. So, if you're above average size guy, you're not going to find American size. You got an above ass foot, you're not going to find an American size freaking shoe. I wear 13 and a half, 14, depending on how it's cut. I can't buy no shoes in Asia. You kidding me? Average height out here is what, 5'5", 5'6", and the women are even smaller, 4 foot. So yeah, there's certain things you have to account for. So that's where it comes into your research. How much
I
research
got a question for y'all.
you're going to settle into?
This might
Go
be
ahead.
a bad question.
Never a bad question.
Whenever I
Just
go out
bad.
of town, I can't really find toilets that handle me too well.
God damn, what kind of, you bottom heavy with the foot without giving me details. Jesus.
Can't find what?
Toilets that can handle me well. They always get stuffed up.
Oh,
Hey, it's the wording
So-
for me.
God, bro,
Do
come
y'all
on,
have
bro.
those problems over there in those countries? I ain't a small guy.
Listen. I can tell you that in building here in the Philippines, they use substandard stuff. So if it's not built American style, like instead of using a 4-foot pipe for the toilet area, they're using a 2-foot. So you can imagine shit can happen. Literally, it will back up.
Okay.
So but they don't throw toilet paper in the trash in the toilet. They throw it in the trash.
Yeah, I heard.
They
about that.
usually wash their ass right after they get out the shower. That's what the bunghole cleaner is for. You know what I'm saying? So really, the toilet paper is just to blot off the wetness after they get done washing their butts. So again, it's cultural. So yeah, if you're coming to a country that's not built American style, flushing toilet paper could be an issue. Getting your shit down the damn toilet paper could be an issue. Water flow can be a fucking issue. Hot water versus cold water, because some of them don't have hot water tanks. They have hot water things that you turn on right as you get ready to use the hot water. So it's not central hot water. Every faucet's got hot water. So even when you're cooking, it's not like you got hot water at the sink and you got something greasy. That means you need to heat up water in order to get the grease off. But then they have, liquid detergent that actually cuts through grease, even if it's cold water. It's amazing how you adjust based on where you live at. If you want to. That's the whole thing. If you want to. You're spoiled as an American to have all these creature comforts. It's a standard thing for them. They don't have central AC. They have AC units in different rooms.
That's how I knew you were overseas when I saw that.
Yeah, like anybody you see that got one of those behind them, they're not necessarily living in the United States.
Yeah.
But go ahead. O2O? Or
Yeah, I ain't got much to say to the point. Don't challenge me, challenge yourself, my brother. I've been overseas for about 19 years, so that's just where it comes from, expertise and experience. So that's why I said that. At the end of the day, you got your checklist. Go online, get a checklist. You got AI. Go use AI and go down the goddamn list. Department of State has a website. You can go there and you can learn a lot of things that you need to know if you're a newbie or rookie with a fortune cookie. So at the end of the day, no, just to your question, when it came to me, because I was just well-versed of living overseas, so it wasn't something that I wasn't planning for or prepared for.
All right.
Well, allow me to immediately rebuttal. Well, when I say it's got to be something, just immediate. When I say it's got to be something, as much as I travel, I've been traveling for years, and I've been traveling quite well for years. But it's almost always a time to where something get left, something get forgot. So you just one of those superhumans to where you just got it so down packed to where there's nothing ever a thing. But I done left, goddamn it. I guess that's back when I was when I just was got new to it. But I done left out of the state and left all my underwear rolled up on the side of my bed and forgot to put them in my luxury.
Think about this.
Go ahead.
Think about this. And that's for you leaving temporarily. Leave the country forever or for years and think about something that you left. You left and you were only taking a 2-week vacation.
Type shit. That's what I'm saying.
But yet and still, I packed my whole life up into 3 suitcases. And everything else went in the storage that I wanted to keep. And then you have to weigh out the pros and cons. If you're going to do that expat life, whatever you have that has sentimental value, what's really something that you want to keep? Why would you keep sofas that you can replace? Why would you keep furniture that you replace? You only keep the bare essentials of things that maybe you have a sentimental value to or you don't want to replace. I have a small storage unit, but I had a shitload of stuff to fill a 3-bedroom home. I sold all that and kept the bare essentials. So I have a small storage unit back in Houston that I pay for. That minimizes my cost. Why would you pay $300-$400? It's like paying rent here in the Philippines or even in Thailand, just to have your stuff stored that you can replace later. So you have to weigh out what's important to you and then pack the rest of your life up that you want to take overseas. And having a bag of fucking tennis shoes makes no sense. So if you're one of those shoe heads, y'all going to have to prioritize your shoe collection or your freedom and your peace. Or just pay the cost in storage for having your shoes sitting there collecting dust that don't do shit for you. So really, you got a rhyme or reason, like, what are those shoes really doing for me? Besides delaying me on fucking leaving because I'm spending $200, $300, $400 just to say I got this fucking series of shoes from fucking 1990. Who gives a fuck? Excuse my French. Go ahead. I know you're trying to keep a clean channel.
I appreciate that. Well,
hold on, Rico. I'm gonna drop you the link because I know you like to be honest.
Well, like I say, I know everybody is different and stuff like that. I'm just speaking from maybe it is a such thing as leaving in you having, like, say you remember everything. I remember because I was trying one of my first, I can't say not too long ago on a trip that was probably like 3 trips before my last one. I caught myself trying not to take a lot of my credit cards. And I left my Platinum American Express business credit card at the house, and they almost didn't let me in the lounge because of it. And I was like, "What a stupid mistake! This is what they need. This is what you need to get in. It's not like they're going to take your word for it." You know what I mean? So I literally had to call the credit card company. So it's little things, like I say, it's things that you don't know, and there's things that you don't know that you don't know. And and this is on the subject, but like different. I didn't realize till I got out of the country that air conditioning hot water is a luxury.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't know that. I thought that was standard issue.
Man, let me tell you, microwave ain't standard issue. I got a microwave for the house here. My lady ain't never seen one. She reheats everything on the stove, bro. So when she saw that microwave, she's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yo, she loves that thing." Small appreciations for things that we're so used to, because again, we're so spoiled with technology and access.
I seen one of the craziest things I seen when I was in Cuba. I saw all the kids outside playing.
Stop.
When was the last time you seen that?
Me. I grew up like that.
They must move the TV and the game system outside.
There's none of that out there. None of that. And then what? you know how when we were kids, our parents just said, just go outside and play. That's what they're doing. They sometimes they don't have a soccer ball, they don't have nothing. They just out there playing. You know what I mean?
So hold on. I'm gonna challenge you. So you mean to tell me you seen kids outside and they was using their imagination?
Yep. Doing all that stuff.
I don't believe that part more than OTO say he ain't never left nothing.
Yep. So you see that, and you see some different things. You just see it's just way of life is a little bit different. So it's just a great thing. I did have a comment for the guy who said AI is a bubble and it's gonna crash. I think stock wise, maybe like the stock would crash, just like the internet boom, but we have internet everywhere. I think AI is gonna be big. I think AI is gonna be huge.
It's definitely gonna be big.
And I
It's
think
same
we
thing.
need to
That's
get
just
in
like
there.
crypto. I think crypto have grown too large I can't say to fail, but it's Uncle
Yeah,
Rico.
Don't jinx those people
What
like
it do?
that.
Let
Let
me
me
give
say
you
that.
the
but
salute, good brother.
you remember Chase Morgan whatever their name, I forgot the name, Chase Morgan, whatever that thing is. They were all those
Mhm.
banks were saying, "Oh, don't buy crypto. Don't buy crypto. It's bad. This is gonna fail." Meanwhile, you see later on their stock sheets, they buying crypto like crazy. So like a lot of things don't want you to be the first in there. So to me, learn AI, learn this because I'm gonna have a robot doing my job. I don't know about y'all, but I plan to have a robot doing my job. There's things that are already out there with
That's what
Claude
I'm
and
doing
stuff
now.
like that. You can
Up.
build your own robot, you build your own system, and it can do your job for you. So like really get into
Once
AI.
again,
I
hey,
just scratched the
listen,
surface. Uh huh.
real quick. We gotta have the AI talk, like that specific AI talk in the back office. Like I say, a couple things is um
Mm-hmm.
I'm still learning about it, so I like to be versed on it. And two, I don't want anybody to be like, oh, I did what they said on Charlie Chan channel and it sold my house. I'm not no,
Hey.
you know what I mean? So yeah, but Uncle Rico, what it do, brother?
Hey, how you doing, Charlie? How's everything going?
Man, it's a blessing, man.
Oh man,
It's
I
a
haven't seen
blessing.
him in a while.
What's up,
Yeah, so
Rico? Come on,
happy.
Rico. Come with the truth. Come with the truth. What we lying about, brother?
No,
Come
I didn't say you were lying about anything. No, I really had more questions than answers. And
Uh,
I'll say
Here
happy
we go.
belated, even though I'm not religious, anybody that does celebrate the resurrection, Easter, whatever, I try to pay respect and homage to people who do share in a belief. No, my question, the biggest question that I think stuck in my mind was I listened with the conversation you guys having, but I guess I was like, when we talk about travelers going overseas, Ronan, you're in the Philippines, that's great. O2O, you're doing your thing, and so on and so forth. How do we know when anyone leaves that their intention is to never return? Because I don't think like, when most people go and say, oh, I'm going to go to the Philippines, I'm going to go to Africa, I'm going to go to Thailand, that they never have any intention on ever returning home. So when Ronan, you were talking about like leaving all of your things, it's like,
Mhm.
that's kind of hard. There has to be, like what anchor do we leave back to where the place we came from? Or do we
mm,
just sit there and say, hey, I'm going to cut it and I'm no longer American? Because nobody, I don't hear anybody talk about denouncing their citizenship. I don't hear
Oh no.
anybody saying I'm not going to be American anymore.
Yeah, you
So,
just the other day.
right. So you're keeping an anchor back to your nationality. You're keeping an anchor back to your homeland. So I think it's kind of natural that you're going to keep some of your stuff. What's wrong with that?
Correct.
um, Uncle Rico,
Nothing's
I
wrong.
like to say something to you real quick. I know they have the answers, and
Sure.
I still live in America. But ever since I met you like a year. Well, online, I haven't really
Mhm.
met you, but like 2 years ago, right?
Yes, sir.
We always talked about living in DR and all that other stuff.
Mhm.
I'm definitely planning. Maybe not DR. Misha might change me to Colombia and all that other stuff,
Okay.
but or somewhere else. But I always had a plan to leave. So I retired 6 years, 11 months, 25 days, 15 hours, 14 minutes, and 20 seconds, right? I
Damn.
retire. And I'm going to
Okay.
retire somewhere. I have my money set up right. I have my retirement
Okay.
set up right. I have everything I need to set up right. So when I leave, ain't no coming back. I would never work a day in my life. So I want you to know that. I will make money, but I won't work a day in my life. I want my money to work for me.
But
So
I'm not asked. Hmm.
I want you to know there is a
Yes, sir.
person out there. I don't know how the general world works, but for me, when I retire and when I leave, it's gonna be forever. And it's not like I hate America. I love America, but I
Yes.
want my money to work for me. So
Right.
that's what my thought is on it.
Okay. But my question isn't about. So my question is to you, travel POV, right? Is
Okay.
when you say you leave, like when I leave, I'm 2 years from retiring and leaving the country, and I don't intend on coming back. But it doesn't mean that I've cut everything back to America that I'm leaving. I have no intention on ever coming back to live, but I have children, I have
Hmm.
grandchildren, I have family members. So I'm always going to have ties back to it. So
Hmm.
my question is for you,
I
no,
have no
don't go back
ties.
to live, but are you cutting how do you cut back the
Um,
roots? We're all
only
we all have roots. Roots is where we were planted and we were grown. So where you're going is not where your roots are. Your roots are where we're coming from. My roots will still always be in America, even if later on I blossom and grow somewhere else. My roots is
mhm.
still in America. I can't separate the two.
You can't, but I
I'm
think
asking
I
you.
can.
I'm
I
asking you.
mean,
You can
I have
separate your
my
roots from how you blossom.
mother and my brother here, and I have a few family members here. Yes, I have
That's your
that,
roots.
but I don't have kids here, so I don't have that.
Okay.
So for me, necessarily, I don't have to come back. And plus, I would hope my family were to move to another country and stuff like that to maximize their retirement.
But you don't see your mother and your brother as your roots. The people who help, when I'm asking you, travel POV, is the people who help make you become the man that you are. I'm not
Yeah,
saying
but
that you can't grow that somewhere else. Absolutely, I believe that. But I'm sitting there saying is I think it 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 hurts me to think that we can be so dismissive
But
to the people who helped us because
let me
but
we the
but
foundation was built somewhere
let
other
me
than where
interject.
you're going.
Let me interject
you
real
Go
quick.
keep
ahead.
Hold
saying
Yeah, go
on,
ahead.
POV. Let me
you're
interject real
confusing the people and the place.
Right,
The
but hold
people
on.
can move wherever they
Father,
want to
no,
go,
hold
and
on.
I can
Father to
visit my
father.
mother wherever she goes, or she
Hold on,
comes with me.
POV. POV, hold
Uh,
on. Father to
Okay.
father. You got grown children, I have grown children. We want our children to do better than what we did. And if we know there's a cheat code now that wasn't necessarily thought of when we were younger, we would want our kids to exploit that cheat code. We should teach our kids to exploit that cheat code. That doesn't mean we're not loyal or we're not patriots because we're all veterans, the ones we're talking to. So at the end of the day, I love my country. But if there's a cheat code where my kids can get ahead in life for a little while and then still make their way back to the United States, why can't they? I'm not going to be disappointed in my child for doing that. So while I might be a base, or my mother, even at 82 years old, even understands why I'm here in the Philippines and knows that I'm going back to America. But right now, everybody's like, oh, you left your 82-year-old mother. What if something happens? My mother wants me to do better than what she did. She knows what I'm doing in life is something to progress the family, the lineage, the legacy. You get what I'm saying? So at
Mhm.
the end of the day, you should allow your children to want to do better than you. And if you know that's a cheat code for them to take advantage of, they can study overseas and still get a degree.
I
You get
agree.
what I mean?
Right, but
So
I'm not even dispelling like and I'm glad you brought your so I'm not dispelling the issue of people going overseas because I'm going overseas. I'm moving overseas never to come back to America. I'm just saying is I thought to me it sounds normal that some people will say I'll hold on to some things from the place that I came. Immigrants come to America every day. America is flooded with immigrants who
exactly.
do not let go of the place that they came from.
Right.
They just don't. And that's what I'm saying is it I didn't want in the conversation to get lost like why do we
Right.
have to go somewhere and say forget America because they don't when they come to
Right.
America.
Right. And I would never do that. And I just said this on the other panel I had the other night. I love America. You ain't gonna never get me off America. I'm still, like I said, I'm still going back.
Yeah, same with me.
And I don't think any other one place is any greater than another. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, my patriotism is still there.
Yeah.
Like Oki was saying, America's, there's too many people fighting to get there
Yes.
and leave there. You get
Right.
what I'm saying? There's
Yeah.
certain choice people that, like I said, they're so, involved in what they want to do in their life, and that's great. You go do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah. Because like I'll tell you, like my wife's Salvadorian. I can't get them to shut up talking about El Salvador. They won't shut up
Yeah.
about it. And they're in
Uh,
America. But you know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, so if we were to move there, don't tell me to shut up about America because that's just the way it works
But I think
when
that's
people leave from
Now,
country to
here's the
country.
thing.
I think that's a small
Real quick,
minute of. Hold on,
just respond
real quick.
to
Let me finish this. Because 020 is 19 years out of the country. He's still a patriot. You get what I'm saying? So I want to include him in the conversation because he's the one that's been out the longest, and he served in the American military. He went to war.
absolutely.
So
And
at the
then
end of the
I
day,
do
does
want
that
OTO
change
to
your
chime in
patriotism?
because,
No.
like I say, he's actively out of the country. But my thing is, you're talking about roots, and then you're talking about tradition. Those could be two different things. Like your family could be your roots, but tradition is something different. But I land there. OTO, you want to chime in on that? Because he was like, well, from what you heard, you hear just as
no,
well
what
as
were you
I
about
do.
to say, Charlie? I want to hear what you was going to add on because you
No,
just
I'm
said
just
you
gonna
was
say,
cooking
just
just
like,
now.
just because I leave America, mean that I'm gonna forget about America? That just doesn't make, you know what I mean? That's not logical when you think about it. And if you wanted somebody to stop talking about where they from, you got to tell black people to stop talking about where they from. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I just think that's kind of crazy. But at the same time, I've been a traveler my whole life, and with that just mind, just the whole, not the mindset, but the whole premise of it. Everybody, humanity is damn near built on people migrating. You know, America hasn't always been full of people. People had to migrate here, so it's got to be people that's willing to go somewhere and start anew. So I land there.
Yeah, shout outs to that. And that it's funny. No country has. So at the end of the day, people just sound crazy when they don't even acknowledge that. But that's just people. And so just going to what Rico was talking about, that's just people. I really don't mind it too much because people are going to do whatever the hell they want to do. So if they're going to leave America and say, oh, I hate it and I'm never going back, you got some of those. And then you got some immigrants that move to America and they don't forget their homeland. They leave in both flags. Some even go and still hate America but love the homeland like it's better. Some say, hey, I'll never go back to the homeland ever again. I love America. So it's just people, what they decide to do and how they end up seeing life in their perspective. So I really don't mind it. I, for myself, just focus on what do I think about it. And I just prefer not to have that. You know, like if you go out on a date, Charlie, and you be with a girl and you be like, yeah, my ex, she this and she that and she this. People be looking at you like you crazy, right? Like, you know, like, all right, that's a red flag. When you come at me and you hate America, I see it as the same thing. Like, that's a red flag. You mad at the country, but, you know, what's up with you? And that's what mostly people see it as. They see it as a you problem, not really actually knowing the ex or anything. So at the end of the day, I just try to diffuse that type of negative perspective and resentment and perspective I can have because I might have to take my black ass back. And so if that be the case, you know what I'm saying? You done made it all up in your mind. You ain't never got to go back. And then Thailand or some country be like, hey, you got to get up out of here. And so at the end of the day, I just think it's good just to have a malleable perspective about it. But I do understand how people feel in different ways. And I just disregard it and just make sure I don't have a negative perspective.
Facts.
And Charlie, let me say this. I thank you, O2O, because that was what I was trying to get to, and I probably did it in a very convoluted way. Was I was trying to say was like at the beginning of the conversation, I thought I heard people saying like people were wrong for keeping things back home. And I'm like, no, some people keep things back home because, you know, you never know if you got to go back, like O2O said. So it's just like, I don't think there's anything wrong with an American venturing out to any country in the world. And I have no intention on coming back. I don't plan on leaving anything back here. My wife planned on leaving a whole bunch of stuff back here because I know in her mind she has a whole bunch of doubts. I don't have any, but I'm not going to tell her she's crazy for leaving a bunch of stuff in storage. I'm like, when you get tired of paying for it, you'll get tired of paying for it, and then whatever happens to it, will happen to it. I don't care, but it's normal. I'm not going to make her feel like, oh, you shouldn't leave nothing back there. I'm like, no,
You
because
bugging, you crazy. Yeah.
if that's her comfort zone, that's her comfort zone.
Yeah.
It just really is. That was what I was trying to explain in a very convoluted way. I'm sorry.
No
Yeah.
problem. No problem. That's
It's
what we're
cool.
doing.
Just don't do it again.
Rico
I'll
likes
try
stuff
not
like
to.
I think with that being said too, because Misha and right near probably between because I think well I can't say OT. I mean Rico. I know your situation, but I know Misha and them are actively working to move out of the country. So this would be a good place for them for her to chime in because like say what do they expect? What are they going to, because they just showed a whole closet, a room full of shoes last night. Are they going to bring their shoes with them? Like, what do they expect their move to look like? You know what I mean? Because this is the conversation forward. Misha, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. My plans is to be there 6 months and 6 months in Georgia, and all the things that I have here, I'm either giving it away to people that are in need or passing it down to family members. It's not necessary out the country at all, honestly.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
and
Well,
that's
But
me
very
this,
true.
personally,
You don't need all that stuff.
I think about positions like this, man. I haven't went to a funeral and seen niggas with their TVs and PlayStations at the funeral. You can't take it with you. You know what I mean? So you got to learn to, in my opinion,
Exactly.
just me. I'll be fine without it. You know what I mean? Like it's
but
life, man. Enjoy you some of it.
I'll just give you a reference point, Charlie, and Ronan probably knows this. I think I probably said this several times. He's probably seen them. And Travel POV, you probably seen me discuss it on. I have a whole house, cars, everything in the DR. I have a whole nother life there. I don't plan, when I'm ready to go, I plan on grabbing my suitcase and being done. I'm fighting with my wife because, of course, I got 15 grandchildren here in the States. 15. We have between the two of us, we got
God
six, seven,
damn.
eight, like 8 kids. You know, they're all adults. So again, but I'm like, this is my retirement plan. I don't want to come back. But at the same time, I know that she's going to leave roots here because we do have a lot of family back here. I'm older. I got two siblings left. My parents are gone. My grandparents are gone. Most of my siblings are gone. So I'm like, look, I'm telling my wife, look, I'm ready to go to the DR. When I go out, you can bury me, sprinkle my ashes in the oceans, whatever, this, that, whatever. And I'm not looking to come back, but and I'm not trying to take that away from her. I'm not trying to break her down and make her look at it the way that I look at it because she still cares. And I care about my children. I care about my grandchildren, but I don't want to come back. I understand people who want to still reach back and say, I want to have one hand back there and I want to have one hand here. We both love the DR, but she still loves America and I'm ready to let go, but I'm not going to beat her up about it.
Yeah,
I
and
just
you
can't do
shouldn't.
that.
And you shouldn't. But here's what I see for my future. Or like just say anything involving me, like say like people see my mother or my brother up here, they be like, man, how Charlie's doing? I'm like, man, we lost him 3 years ago. They be like, yeah, what happened? He moved to Colombia. You know what I mean? I'm gone on their ass. Like I'll be fine. Like my mother know because she's up there in age, but she's doing extremely well for herself. If it's on me to come back and take care of her, I'm coming back and packing a bag, and she coming with me. My daughter, you want to goddamn it? Listen, if I'm your family in America, I'm gonna be your family outside of America. You know what I mean? I want the people that's around me to also
Right.
know and experience that it's different. It's other avenues you could take. If you don't like your situation, you could do something about it. If you don't like the community that you're in, you could do something about it. You know what I mean? And that's what brings me to the travel community as a
Hmm.
whole. You know what I mean? It's people that, and it's not everybody that don't like their situation. It's some people that just want to know, just want
Right.
something new in their life. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. You know, the new biggest thing is Rico is
What's that?
cruise ship living. You know, people
Yeah, I
hack
saw
cruise
that.
ship living where they stay on the cruise
Hmm.
ship all year long.
Hmm.
I'm
But you
just
know
like,
what's
it's crazy, and I think it's amazing because these people have hacked a way that's cheaper than staying in the old folks' home, and they get to travel the world at a discount, pretty much. They done
I agree with
hacked
that.
it. I think
But
that's
Charlie,
dope.
I agree with that, and that's why I said to say it's like the one little bit caveat is, and I go back to it because I'm married with a wife who keeps me anchored in reality and in America, both ways. Because if I was a single man, I would already be overseas and I probably would have cut ties. And I don't think that that's necessarily the most healthy thing that would have been for my family, my children, my grandchildren, and so forth. And I'm sitting there saying, I'm saying that honestly because I do know, and Ronan probably knows a lot of guys in the Philippines right now that are single men who are living in the Philippines that's out of touch with their family. Their family still love them. Their family's still trying to reach out to them, but they're not. A lot of single men do. We get to this age and and O2O, you probably know them too. Guys that just get out there and they do their own thing and they're
I am
thinking
one
in
of
their
them.
own headspace and they're not thinking necessarily back home. I'm glad I have a wife that's keeping me anchored. That's not letting me do some of the reckless things that I'll be like, man, I'm going to Colombia. Forget it. I don't care. I'm glad I
Well,
have that.
I'm
Go
one
ahead.
of them. I said I'm one of them. So I do know of others, but I'm one of them myself. But I don't think that's a fair analysis. But hey, people give out unfair analysis of people every day. So nothing new underneath the sun. It depends. Like I see it as a two-way street. It's not like you got to be at home for your family to love you and love be reciprocated. But at the same time, if your family is like, well, F you, because if you go to another place, I don't really want to talk to you. I really don't want to call you. I really don't mind you too much. Then it's a two-way street. The relationship just has to be like that regardless. So whether people decide to cut off their family ties for whatever reason, they're free human beings. So I don't think it's like, again, it's not an atrocity. It's not a arrestable offense. It's not terrorism. So at the end of the day, I think a lot of time people are just so judgmental. Don't project your family relationship to other people. Just, use it for your life and like you said, cherish your relationship with your wife and how it keeps you in touch with your family. That's good for you. But for the next man and the next person, let them that's their business. As long as they're
Yeah.
not griping and complaining or committing atrocities, I think it's not on you to speak of. Stop judging.
Oh,
Yeah.
O2O.
You know
Let me
what?
be clear.
Real quick,
And
also, I
hold on one
mean,
second, Charlie.
Presley, because I know you want to
I
reply to
wanna
that.
I wanna I wanna
Go ahead. Go ahead.
apologize. I want to sit there and say it's like I did
No,
not
you don't.
mean that in any particular way. You're right, and I didn't think about that part of it. When he came back with some fire, and I was like, man, I didn't think about that, and that wasn't my intention to make it seem like it was a singular, absolutist, all inclusive way. I was just sitting there speaking of, I was speaking of a particular group of people. So again, you're right. Again, like I told you, I would have willingly say, hey, I want to disconnect, let go, this, that, and whatever. I might have been in the vein in the space where you are willingly. So again, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. And nobody can't beat me up for it if that's where I choose to be based on whatever
Yeah.
my family dynamics are. So I don't want to sit there and make anybody think that because people are in this way, that they're wrong or they're bad people. That is not what I was trying to say. I was just trying to say that there are all these different dynamics of people who are traveling and overseas and in different spaces and in different countries who are expats that are reaching out, not reaching out. Everybody's different. That's all I wanted to say. And if I said
Yeah, yeah,
anything
you
that
got
was
it.
wrong, I apologize for it because that wasn't my intention.
No, no, no. I don't think you're that type of person at the end of the day. Maybe like you just said, and not maybe, you just said it. But what I was just trying to also just articulate in the picture was I talk to these men, and until somebody hears their side of the story, that they had a devoting wife or they had a devoted family that they funded everybody so that they could be good, so that they could go to college, so that they had no worries, that they had no violence and no discrepancies in their childhood. And then when these men decide to go up and go on and on their own, everybody cuts them off because they're like, oh, you're moving from the family.
Right.
Oh, you're over here dating these people. Who are they? Oh, you left us. Oh, we can never come and see you, but we expect you to only come and see us. So at the end of the day, for a lot of those individual men, they're sitting around being ostracized by their own family just because they decided to go somewhere else and live in a different location on the planet. Not because they refuse to love them, not because they refuse to fund any of their endeavors and be supportive all their entire life, but that's how a lot of people see the world. I mean, oftentimes I say I love the United States of America, and people hit me like, but where are you? You're in Thailand. So that means shut up. So it's just people, they think like that, and they project on the people like that. And I think it's a lot of more people getting caught up in the crossfire for somebody else projecting on them. And nobody articulates how family can be like when it comes to those matters of doing stuff and ostracizing people like that just because they decided to move. Like, can a man enjoy his life? Can he enjoy the fruits of his labors before he die out? You know what I'm saying? And most of society says F no, unless it's on our terms. And so at the end of the day, you have to just kind of sometimes see that, because that could be a part of it, but sometimes it's not. Like yours, Rico, it's not like that. So that's cool too. But sometimes it's different.
I got a question for you, if you don't mind, Rico. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 61 and I'll be a sexy 62 come August.
Well,
And
I know about the sexy
I'm gonna
part, but
keep my hair
congratulations,
longer than
brother.
Ronan ass.
Yeah, he beats me as senior on the panel. So
Right.
Okay, shout out
to
to
some of
you.
his
Well,
mentality.
Look, I'm the last. I always call myself the last of the boomers. I was born August 25th, 1964. So I don't even mind dating myself.
He got
Like,
me by 3.
yeah, I'm not gonna try to sit there and make myself younger. And it's like, no, I'm a boomer. I'm the last of them.
I mean, to live and grow age is a blessing. I really dislike when people like act like getting old is a
Age
curse or
shame.
something. You know what I mean? It's a blessing. I know many of people that wasn't able to get old.
Yeah.
And I can't hear none of them griping about not being here. You see what I'm saying? So, like, I've always said age is a blessing. You know what I mean? For me,
It
just
is.
because, like, I got a lot of friends that didn't get a chance to make it to this age.
And
You know what I mean?
I tell my old friends, it don't make us no smarter. It don't make us no wiser. It just means we've been here longer. That's it. Nothing else. Full stop. I've been here longer. I don't know no more than you. I ain't no smarter than you. I just been here longer. That's it. Don't respect anything beyond that.
Well, you know what? I agree with that to an extent, but I do often say wisdom is the one thing that can be taught or bought. You have to live it.
Yeah, Uncle Rico
Yes.
has a lot of wisdom.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with it, but I don't lean into that. I don't lean into that I'm wiser because I've been here longer. I just say I've been here longer. I might have got the shit right. I might have got it wrong. I don't know.
You know
I don't
Rosa
know.
Parks? You know Rosa Parks, Uncle Rico?
I might have dated her, but go ahead.
Hey, but
I wanna
what
say
I was
this
going
real
to say
quick.
to
I
what
wanna-
you were saying earlier was that for me, it's in reverse. I know if I get set my roots outside of the country, my family gonna come see what's going on. You know what I mean? And they'll start. That's how we migrated. We all from Mississippi. My mother moved up here with me and her when I was a youngin'. A neighbor came. I mean, not a neighbor. Yeah, one of the neighbors came. They still up here. That was 20 years ago. My sister came. She's still up here. That was 30 years ago. My brother came. So that's how sometimes it happened, because guess what? Our situation up here is better than the one that we had in Mississippi. So it's always two sides to look at it, because I can guarantee you, if my kinfolk that I grew up with, if they get a chance to experience something like Colombia, the DR, or Brazil, man, they're going to do what they got to do to get their life right and come on out there. And even if they didn't, they'll still be fine. I'm just saying that sometimes it's just a better choice. You know what I mean? You don't know what you can be exposing your people to. And you say you got how many grandkids?
I got 15 at
Damn,
last
I'm gonna
count.
say, damn, every time I hear that.
Yeah,
No,
Jesus.
at
that's a lot of
15. No,
grandkids.
no,
But here's the
this is
thing:
no joke. This is 15 at last count.
we got
Um,
Spirit out there.
and I
Spirit
got
Airlines will
two
get them all to you, damn near anywhere you at.
and I got two sons with no children, so I've been like waiting on when they gonna have kids. Um, but here's the thing though. You're absolutely right. Um, and I always say it's always a double-edged sword. Like I said, like I said, my wife's from El Salvador. We're sitting there. I'm trying to convince my wife to sell the house we have here in the DMV so we can buy another second house in El Salvador. Because I don't want to live 100% in the Dominican Republic. I want to live half the year in the DR, half the year in El Salvador. Because El Salvador has really changed. It's become very gentrified. The new president that came in, Bukele, he came in, he locked up all the gang members.
Oh
So
yeah, we heard about
it
that.
went from
Uh,
the most
yeah,
violent country in the
yeah,
world to this one of the safest countries in the world.
yeah. I want to go there too sometime this year.
Unbelievably. Where when me and my wife got married, we got married in 2014. I had my honeymoon there. And in the Capitol, I couldn't get out the car. To now, I'm walking around the Capitol at night, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning by myself. And I don't speak no Spanish. I don't speak a lick of
Still,
Spanish. I still
still.
don't. I still don't. I still don't. This is how crazy it is. So the country has changed. The outlook has changed. It's just and I'm like I have children who travel. I have a son, him and his future wife, they're going to Kenya in a month. I'm always telling my children to travel. The world is global. It's not one country. But nonetheless, we still are the people that we came from. You don't get to lose that. Yes, go out, venture, explore, go into all these different cultures. I go back and forth with my wife. I'm like, you Salvadorian, I'm African American, this, that, and whatever. But we're different cultures. And as I grow, one of the biggest things, I was having a conversation with some friends of mine before I tapped in. And in the DR, a lot of guys go and they start dating. And I say, the biggest mistake you make is you go in and you adopt their culture rather than having them adopt your culture. Why would I go to the Dominican Republic and adopt their culture rather than having them to adopt my culture? No one can ever give me an answer for that. They think, I said, we have got to stop romanticizing the cultures of countries we go to rather than the culture that we bring. We don't, or at least put them side by side and say which one is better. We don't do that. That I think is a problem. That I think is a problem. And I think that's going to hurt us in the long run. And I'll drop my mic.
You're muted, Charlie.
Hey, I've been over here ad-libbing Uncle Rico the whole time, and didn't nobody hear nothing. I'm like, yeah, that's right, Uncle Rico, tell him.
Yeah, nobody heard you.
Not even one single syllable. Yeah, no, I get it. My thing is, life is to be lived. And if you're not living it, what are you doing? You know what I mean? That's just my thing. I could get my daughter's more than likely at work, but I could get her on the phone and I could say, you can ask her, what do your daddy consider the saddest thing? And one of the saddest things that I've said to her ever since she was a child
I was on
is
mute.
that people that
No, Charlie was.
now
You're
you
good.
good, you good. Okay.
We heard
I told
everything
one
you
of the
said.
saddest things that I have that I've seen and experienced was people to live and die in Mississippi, to not know it's a world outside of Mississippi. That to me is heartbreaking. Yeah, somebody got some feedback or something.
Excellent.
But yeah, that to me is heartbreaking. So I tell my mother to this day, because like I said, I'm an army brat. She was in the military when she had me. The best gift she's ever gave me was the gift of travel. So yeah, but with that I digress. Yeah, somebody got some terrible feedback right now though.
Probably Uncle Rico, so you could probably mute
Uncle
him.
Rico, yeah, we gonna get. I ain't know Uncle Rico was that old, man. You sound lively than a mug, bro. Like I'm shit. You goes, bro. Shout out to Uncle Rico. Well, excuse me, I didn't mean to use the term old. I meant to, like, he got about. He said, "This young punk been called me old." Shout out to you, Uncle Rico. But when I was growing up, believe it or not, some of the people that I wanted to be was those old people hopping off of those buses in Vegas in those windbreakers with those fanny packs on. I just always felt like they was living their life. And that's before I got exposed to like really traveling myself though. But it's your life, man. You got to live it the way that you see fit. And everybody's not going to like it, but guess what? They're going to have to accept it. Okay, shout out to you, Misha. I seen what you said. You know what I mean? Yeah. We know you a full-time wife and mother, so shout out to you.
Rico back. Yeah.
Yep.
Fix that internet.
Rico. Oh no, he dropped out. No. Oh, that was
Travel
POV
just dropped. Yeah.
Okay. No, travel POV be in and out anyway. And you guys want to elaborate on any of that?
What did he say? I'm just playing.
So, well, what you been traveling for?
Questions, man. I mean, you got the questions about leverage and learning, and the show is about what? You know what I mean? You got two brothers right here.
Location leverage.
Earn here,
location
live there.
leverage.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's called geo arbitrage. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
And hopefully,
the test that I ran said that location leverage was more catchy.
Right. But I mean, still, hopefully the war is not going to draw our dollar outside of the mark where it stops being an advantage. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I don't think it will. You know, I think in the next couple of weeks, we'll have this resolved, whether it be by forcible or, negotiation. I don't think this is going to go on another 30 days or so. And we'll move on. But, you know, at the end of the day, yeah, geo arbitrage is a real thing. That's why I said take advantage and utilize your dollars in other places to give you a little more peace so that maybe you can plan for your legacy. You can plan for certain things that you want to do while you're in retirement. You know, my brother's sitting on the panel, man. Like I said, I'll give him flowers every day. He geo arbitraged his ass off.
He don't want your damn flowers. I try to say
where he is actually retired and independently wealthy. He don't have to work. He chooses to work, and that's what I tell y'all. Y'all might say, "I'm going to retire. I'm 58. I'll never retire. I'm always going to figure out an angle to leverage something to earn additional income, whether it be indirectly or otherwise." You know what I mean? So even though you say you could, you won't. Because once you don't have anything to look forward to, what makes you want to open your eyes? Think about that. Once you have nothing to look forward to every day, what's going to make you open your eyes? Nothing.
Well, this is what I tell people, Ronan, is like people that generally talking about retired, then I'm saying general, it's not a thing across the board, is they're retiring from jobs that was hard on their body. You see what I'm saying? It's only so long you could play basketball. It's only so long that you could play football. It's only so long that you could be a janitor and stuff like that. But guess what? Warren Buffett is old as hell and still making money because his mind is still sharp. You know what I mean? Charlie Munger was getting money till he got up out of here. So yeah, no, when you working with your brain, like it's not retirement. You know what I mean? So right. There's that, but real quick, Terry asked me to define location. leverage. It's just geo arbitrage. Like I say, the test that I ran showed that location leverage was more appealing than geo arbitrage. You know what I mean? But just using where we're from, just speaking strictly about America, to go live it up in another place, to go like say take advantage of the American dollar, because the American dollar is strong in a lot of places. It's not the strongest currency out there. We can't lie about that, but it's a strong currency. You know what I mean? Especially if you got a chance to travel, like say, I think T.O. is younger than me, and he said been out of the country for 19 years. Man, the dollar had to be the boss back then, like Rick Ross knew. Ugh. You know what I mean? I'm just speculating because I wasn't traveling as a person that was spending my own money then. Well, 20 years ago, I was on the train to goddamn hell. But yes, that's just what I mean by location leverage, man. You could set up a recurring income here and go see the world. A couple rental properties will do that for you. I'm not saying you're gonna be out there in Dubai driving Bugattis and stuff like that, but you could set up something here to where it's reoccurring and it can aid you in living the rest of your life in explore and enjoyment mode.
Hell, and Dubai, you can rent one for a couple hours at least, floss it a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go get it, rent it, take it back.
Yeah, but show as you got them and scratches a door on there, you can't leave until it's paid off. I'd rather just leave it be. Everything ain't for everybody.
Get the insurance. I'm an insurance guy. Get the insurance. Don't be cheap.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm saying. It's not the strongest currency out there, but it's a damn good currency, man. It's a damn good currency. Now, it's a lot of countries that's like their currency is getting stronger. But like I say, like 19 years ago, when Uncle Rico say he was traveling a long time ago, I could just only imagine how much in out before a lot of these N words and got a hold of it. Got a hold of traveling. Back when traveling was expensive, because y'all forget that airplanes used to be a luxury play.
You know, a currency I think would grow really fast here in the next couple of years.
What's that?
Probably give it 6 months to a year and a half. Venezuelan.
Oh yeah.
Once they get the oil pump and everything flowing the way they should, that currency is going to grow really fast. That environment's going to grow really fast.
Yeah, I believe so too. In fact, I think, well, you know, the higher up the 1%, they get access to things before the regular guys and stuff like that. But I think once like Venezuela opened up like for investments and stuff like that to the regular everyday Joe Schmo, I think it's really going to take off. I think it's going to be a lot of investment opportunities over there. But that's just my thoughts, though.
Yeah, I'll say this little piece. Like, man, I've been overseas for about, what is it, like 19 years, like you kind of insinuated to. And even when I was overseas back then, the dollar was doing good, but it's doing better now because we always think about the USD, but we don't think about the performance of the Thai baht or the Brazilian real or whatever other currency that you're comparing it to. And all those have been underperforming. So back when I was here in Thailand, it might have been like $1 to 28, 26 baht. Now it's 32. You know, you go to Turkey, it was $1 to about 5 Turkish liras, they call it, right? Now it's down in like 30. So we're not even thinking about how the other countries are performing in comparison to the dollar. So that making our dollar is very powerful. And most people had some, intellectual masturbation session where they thought it was going to be bad after COVID, but against all world currencies, it outperformed it. And so your money's powerful, your passport's powerful, and then also your job. You're probably a trucker making 60, but over in a foreign country, like let's say, Colombia, you're the top 1%. And you a trucker in America. Right? And so when you're looking at even moving, oh man, they got these houses and you could live like this. Yeah, but you know, your price, if you told the average person that much, they like, bro, I don't even make that much a month. So what you pay in rent is what they don't make in a month. So at the end of the day, it's just because you come from the United States capital market. And so if you can leverage that wisely. But I'm always big on, I think the best place is to curate your investments and grow your net worth in the United States of America. And then you could exit and even, you know, send some capital overseas and invest in other things. But net, it's very smart to just build on your empire while you're there. And then when you go out, retire, whether that take you 20 years or 5 years, I mean, that's up to you. You know what I'm saying? It could be expedited if you use the right techniques, and it depends on your drive. But at the end of the day, it's up to you.
Yeah, I agree. Let me just address this right fast. And you guys, please feel free to address this too. Why everything you got to explore, you got to take advantage of something or somebody. First of all, when people do that, man, a lot of people talk with this eat the rich type of lingo, like don't understand how much of what you live and how much of the things, the accommodation that you have gotten used to was ushered in by the rich. Y'all don't know that, like, say it, so many inventions, so many jobs, and all of that stuff. That's like, oh, he rich, so he don't got to pay tax. Because when you're doing certain things, as far as creating jobs, you get tax benefits. Is that taking advantage of the system, or that's working with the system and getting rewarded for it? You could do that too. They got the same thing here. It's called gentrification. Nobody's bitching about that. It's just the way of the world, man. You might as well go tell the fucking lion don't eat the goddamn deer or the antelope, because he's taking advantage of him. It just doesn't. I just don't really like that eat the rich lingo people be talking about, man. And just know, like, you today, as you live, if you live in America, you live better than any king that lived in a medieval time. Do you know walking in a room and flipping the switch and turning on the lights would have been considered sorcery back then? You just get it just willy-nilly? Come on, like, it's not always taking advantage of something. Sometimes you making something better. Like, in a lot of cases, I don't try to down talk gentrification, because guess what? If this neighborhood is a ghetto and people keep dying over here and they keep goddamn getting robbed and shot and all of that stuff, bring in the people police gonna come with them. Spread the people out. Put them on that side of town and put them on that side of town. Now they got to come catch the bus to shoot each other, opposed to seeing each other at the store. Let's not focus on what you would consider bad. Let's focus on and look at what's really happening, what's true. Because I'm seeing gentrification over here in Minnesota, to where an area to where people was study getting deleted. People was study getting into it. There was a lot of gang stuff. Man, they got some of the prettiest flowers, the newest paved road and stuff like that. So let's be mindful of that, though.
Let me just say this, and Ocho will agree with this. There should be no shame in conducting business. Okay, if you're conducting business in an honorable and moral way, because you're leveraging your dollar somewhere else in another country, don't mean you have to neglect or abuse the people that you're doing it with. All you're doing is leveraging. Like right now, the peso is up to 60 pesos per dollar. This is a good time for me to liquidate some of my American cash and buy that, so that when it goes back lower, I have more dollars in my pocket. You get what I'm saying? So you're just playing the odds against the money that you earn. But just because you conduct business doesn't mean you have to have shame in it. People do that all the time. They've been doing that for generations. But why all of a sudden, as a people, should we feel ashamed for conducting proper business and feel like we're doing something immoral because we're doing it in another country where our dollars go farther? They've been doing that for generations. I mean, most wealthy people have multiple properties all over the world. Why do you think that is? But all of a sudden, when we do it, it's a problem. When people of our skin tone do it, all of a sudden it's immoral or unethical in some way. Who said we're doing any unethical or immoral businesses? Maybe we're
Black
doing it
people
even
can't have
more
shit.
on the up and up than most, to where we're actually valued overseas in people that have melanated skin, because we aren't trying to rip them off. How about looking at it in that perception? You can't always look at business as being a negative thing and doing it to where you have the best advantage as a negative thing. That's called business. There's no emotion in it. You can still be ethical and moral while you're conducting business. So just because you're doing something overseas doesn't make it unethical. And you know that. You're right here in the Philippines. You know right now, if you wanted to go exchange some of your American dollars at your bank, you're going to get the highest evaluation because of what's going on overseas. And why wouldn't you? Because you know it's going to drop back down. Plus, when you get charged in a restaurant, their evaluation of that same dollar is going to be a lot less. Maybe the national average is at 58. When you're in a store for an exchange, they're going to only give you 56 pesos per dollar. If you're at a mom and pop store, they might only give you a 54 evaluation. Why? Because they're going to pocket the profit for themselves when they go exchange it at a bank. But yet and still you feel bad for doing it? Everybody in the world is taking advantage of you when they give you that exchange. That's why we tell most people, go ahead and exchange it for whatever the local currency is. Let the banks figure that shit out. You know, don't, hey, I'm going to charge it in American dollars. Why? So they can give you a lower evaluation than your bank would? Don't do that. Don't go into another country and use American dollars when you're on a credit card. But they ask you, do you want to use local currency or do you want to use your American dollar? Use their currency. The banks will figure that out on the back end and give you your best performance. If you do it, whatever that store wants to charge you, that's what they get to charge you, and they pocket the rest. Think about it. Is that unethical? You tell me.
Yeah. No, that's a fact, bro. That's definitely a fact. And why you was what the words that you was using was making me think like people get into business to make money. People make money to have a better life. Like it kind of go hand in hand. Like I don't even like when people bitch and moan about like people like Jeff Bezos. Oh man, he's too rich. He literally get paid for the value that he brought to society. Elon Musk got paid for the. How about you go bring that much value to society, and society will more than likely reward you in the same way.
It reminds me of what we've been learning over the series that I've been doing with my partner, and even O2O is participating in some of this. Is back in the day, if you were a little hat, you couldn't loan money to another little hat and charge interest. So the best thing they started doing was charging interest to the Gentiles or to people that were not of the little hat faith, because that was the largest gain of their money. They started on the individual personal side, and then they moved to, it was more lucrative to do cities and corporations and countries, loan them money and get the largest gain. You know? So, and that's how they grew. Was that unethical? They were adhering to their religious beliefs. They couldn't loan money out to their own people and charge interest, so they loaned it to other people and charge interest.
Well, yeah. Also, I want to just put that disclaimer. I wasn't a part of those type of conversations because I don't got no smoke for the small hats. But what I would say is that at the end of the day, Charlie, you was cooking, boy. You was cooking on them. So as much as we see stuff in society, we'll see the Forbes list. But on my platform, I have the Sean's Wealth list or the Sean's list. And that basically shows not how much value that Jeff Bezos has, but how much value he has created. So when you do see a Jeff Bezos who sits around, let's say 300 billion, you see the 1.2 trillion that is in the hands of people with 401ks, retirement plans, sovereign wealth funds, premiums on insurance. So like majority of the money that's created and the value that's created is not even obtained or kept mostly by the entrepreneur or the founder that innovated all that value. It's mostly dispersed amongst the population for their own financial liberation at a later date when they become of that age. So it's very interesting. And of course, some people just have individual brokerage accounts, so they actually realize that retirement or financial security earlier. So at the end of the day, a lot of these people, have this. But that's cool, Terry. I would just say what you said in front of the immigration officer in Thailand or the immigration officer in Brazil. And I'll say what I say, and let's see whose visa gets approved first. I'm sure that I'll be able to get residency because the immigration and then the actual administration in that country would see me and say, you're bringing value to our society. You're adding money into our markets. You're adding money to our tourism. You're adding money to this, not attempting to come here and take away value by maybe trying to get a job. But people who usually come in that shape, form, or fashion, they favor them. Shout out to Cambodia right here, a 10-year golden visa. And it doesn't say on here how to get it is not coming with American dollars and coming broke and trying to be with the poor people here. No, it's telling you, hey, we got poor people here. We don't need no more. We want people with money bags to come over here, add value to our society by bringing your capital or your capital contributions and your skill set and other things that you could bring to the table. So at the end of the day, I just see the world differently, but that's why I've realized my life the way I have, and you have realized your life according. So I don't be really tripping, but I definitely appreciate what Charlie, and I ain't the only one saying it. It's like, bruh, these guys create too much value. Y'all be hating on them? Eat the rich. Okay. There's always been that hatred though, Charlie. Like literally, check this out. When they actually broke up Standard Oil with John D. Rockefeller, at that time, Ida Wells, who wrote the bad papers about actually John D. Rockefeller, and she was just mad because he outcompeted her father. So she made up all this information about him. At that time, light, like inside homes, were safe and they were a commodity. Everybody could afford it. Prior to that, it was a luxury of the rich. Prior to that, we had to go out into the ocean and hunt whales. Yeah. People had to get whale oil. You know what I'm saying? So y'all was like, where Africa is today. That means no light in your household. That's how bad it was. But when he came in and he cornered 90% of the market, guess what happened? The prices went down and it was cheap for everybody. But people got mad because he was too rich. Oh man, he got too much money. That's ridiculous. Though he made light sustainable for all people in the United States of America and affordable. So they broke him up, right? Broke up his companies and they won in that court case, right? But guess what happened? He became 3 times richer when they did that. So y'all always got that hate, but it never worked out for you guys. So eating the rich don't work. Don't try to go down that lane, man. It ain't a cool one. John D. Rockefeller got 3 times richer after they forced him to break up his corporations. So I mean, like, bro, leave him alone. Enjoy your electricity. Enjoy your Jordans. Enjoy your Prime membership and your subscriptions, and go on about your life and do what you want to do. But don't be trying to pocket check another guy from adding value.
And that's a fact. And that's a fact. And like I say, far as I go, like I'm fascinated, like I'm intrigued by wealth. I'm intrigued by business. That's just like whenever you think about a lot of these men that was so rich, you don't look at their contribution to society. Look at Dale Carnegie. Look how much he built. He was a steel tycoon. He deserved to be in the position that he got. Okay. We shouldn't have all the steel buildings that we have. We should still be in huts. We shouldn't have the cars and stuff that we have. That's just like Henry Ford didn't make the first car. He made the first manufacturing process for cars. It's different. Now everybody and their mama got a car. Cars ain't just for the rich. When you seen Madam CJ Walker and her homegirls in the car, that's because they was for rich people. She was rich then, had the mink coat and everything. She was balling by even today's means. But they don't, the people don't, we got to take that into consideration. But this is not a thing about like say, oh, everybody thinking wrong. It's just like, just step back and just look at the whole picture. Yeah, we see, goddamn it, Bill Gates got all this money, but look at the value that he provided to society. With no Bill Gates, the computers is not going to be what they were, what they are. Can we still have them? Of course. I don't think he made the first computer. So I don't know. And each one teach one, man. Live your life the way that you see fit. But I'd rather be a part of the game instead of complaining about it. So there's that.
I mean, but the whole thing is, and not to say anything in a negative light towards the country. I love the country and the people, you know, but you're here in the Philippines for a reason. If you're not looking to take advantage of your dollars, then what made you come here? Are you living off the land? Are you living off of solar? What are you doing here in the Philippines to add value to your community? You know what I'm saying? My lady here, she's a philanthropist. She volunteers with the orphanage here. She donates her time. You know, she goes up and visits the people in the mountains, you know. So if you're here on some kind of missionary work, what are you doing? What are you doing to benefit the people if you're not taking advantage of your own dollar here in the Philippines? Just curious if you want to answer that. Why not? Because you're taking advantage of the system. Yeah, but you're taking advantage of the system, you say, because of the American dollar. You're saying that that's immoral. No, it's not immoral. That's called.
I think you froze, or is that just my internet?
Nah, he froze for a bit.
Oh yeah, you was cooking a little bit too hard. He say he out there with you. But no, it's not just using it because I didn't know you was out there. I'm just saying, like, in with you being out there, I think that comment probably would have been left unsaid. Like, you're literally out of the country taking advantage of the leverage that the American dollar have. Like, because if you're from America, the chances is less than likely that you left making money here to go out there and make money and live off of that salary. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's less than likely.
Yo, it's funny because I think somebody said it in the chats. It was Arch. He said, they hate me if I have it. They hate me if I don't have it. And it was hilarious, Charlie. Just yesterday, I was sitting back watching one of the YouTubers go down to Texas where Indians were living. And net, the Indians were winning. And people had negative resentment towards them. Like, oh, those should be American jobs. But they're all there legally, not illegally. And They were still hating on them. And and they had the lowest crime, lowest amount of social issues, like a great, sustainable, and respectful community. Even when the guy came down there, a lot of communities was like, F you, get the F out. Why are you here? The Indians were showing him paperwork, answering all his questions. They thought they was goddamn the police. The way they were treating them, like, okay, yes, sir. Here's this. Do you need anything else? And it was so funny because I'm like, wow, these guys are here. They're not committing crimes, right? They're upstanding citizens. All of them were saying, I'm here to serve America. We respect America for giving us this opportunity. We're extremely grateful. So they were gracious people at the same time, right? They had nothing negative to say. And they were still like, you shouldn't be here. So it was like, I was just seeing it as what Arch said. People are going to hate you if you don't, and they're going to hate you if you do. So whether you're the black community and you got issues, they're going to hate you then. And whether you're another ethnic community doing great, people still can choose to hate on you. You get it? So at the end of the day, they're going to come at you once you assume the throne, or if you're out here sitting on the ground. They're going to hate you both ways. So I think it's just best, as you said, focus on your life, build out a plan accordingly, Get your location leverage. Because as you know, when passport bros go overseas, what happened? People start hating you.
Yeah, that's
They didn't like you. They called you a D-cell when you was just sitting there. Now you go overseas and then they call you this. So it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. Never live according to their Bible.
right. And it's unique that you bring up the Bible. It's people that talk about the Bible, but they talk about Jesus in a negative light. Like what people say, man, how can you feel like you any better than Jesus? And he was perfect and he had haters. So it's like you say, you
Exactly.
damned if you do, you damned if you don't, man. You know what I mean? So
God is God, right? But he still had the devil. He
right.
God. You get what I'm saying? So I was telling the dude who was feeling out and down, I'm like, yo, get off my cell phone. I think, let me say this. I'm about to be, what's that guy's name from Lean On Me? HNIC, Head Ninja in Charge. It was Morgan
damn,
Freeman, but what was his name?
Mr. Clark.
Mr. Clark. I gotta give y'all Mr. Clark treatment. Because when y'all out here doing drugs and wasting your life and not showing up in school, I take you to the roof and tell you, stop effing around, stop killing yourself slowly with the drugs, jump off the roof now and do it expeditiously. You need to get the hell up out the way.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you guys want to be babied. You guys want to be, somebody care about what you're going through and what your struggle is, and you want to kill yourself slowly. But it's like, hey, move out the way. Do it expeditiously or take a charge of your goddamn self and change your paradigm. Because a lot of times these situations, I think people are just, like I said, prolonging the misery, acting like ups and downs ain't a part of life. Even God had to deal with the devil. He created everything. He's all knowing and all powerful. And he still had what? Ups and downs. Jesus. All these examples, constant testaments of people going through real life stuff, up and downs. Name somebody in the Bible that just came into existence and never had no problem. Everything was peaches and creams.
Yeah.
It don't exist. So if God got to deal with the devil and ups and downs, he had angels and one want to, go against the grain, then he got to put him in his place. If he got to deal with that, why you think you should come into this earth, come into this time and space and live your life on easy mode and have no hardship?
No, that's a fact. That is a fact. That's a damn good way of putting it too. You know what I mean? Like, if life was perfect, would it be even worth living though? You know what I mean? Like, if you had everything right the first time, like there would be no room to grow. If you ain't get your heart, bro, you wouldn't get a chance to enjoy love. If it's not for rain, you won't appreciate the sun as much. It all ebbs and flows. It all has ups and downs, man. And you could choose to focus on the ups or you could choose to focus on the down. Is it amen, J-O-B? Yeah. So no, that just is what it is. But once again, like say, I think that's the terrible part. Like say when people choose to judge other people for their decisions and they're not hurting anyone. They're not forcing anyone to do anything, nor are they taking advantage of anyone. Because let's be honest. I think what OTO just said is super extremely valid. Like you saying what you saying at the door of any country, and he's saying what he's saying at the door of any country. Somebody finna get sent home. I'm just saying, somebody finna be like, damn, I probably shouldn't have said that. You know what I mean? Come on, man. I always stood with the poor. Despite the money changes, you believe Jesus wants you to be right. You're living in a dream world. Rich. Here's me and my brother had that conversation, and it was such a sad conversation, in my opinion, because he feels somewhere, and I asked him to show it to me in the Bible that Jesus wanted him to be poor. God want him to be poor. Where is that at in the Bible? In fact, like I say, we brought this up the other day. They talk about rich people in the Bible. Do you know it was gold in the Garden of Eden where it was nowhere to spend or no place to take it, but it was gold there? How does that make sense, Terry? Look it up. There was gold in the Bible. King Solomon was extremely rich. Not just rich, the Bible emphasized extremely rich. Now, I'm not even a Bible person. Like, I don't know the Bible, so I'm not going to really go into it. I'm just talking about being a person from down south. That's kind of like, here's the thing I tell people about down south and religion. Listen, you could be sick and get out of school. You can't be sick and get out of church, because if you're sick, that's where your grandma going to tell you need to be. Let them go pray for you. You know what I mean? So that's how strong that is taken. Hey, somebody was talking about Pastor Ike the other day, Prime. I was telling him, like, Pastor Ike don't fall into these, in my opinion, everybody free to have their own opinion, but Pastor Ike don't fall into one of these take advantage preachers. You know what I mean? They didn't fall in. Yeah, he like, God wants you to be rich. God, he said, and somebody else said, man, God let the evil stack it and pack it away to give it to his children. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, no. You say wasn't black folks in the Garden of Eden? Here's the thing. I don't remember the Bible specifying, but what I do remember, they were specifying that they did elaborate on that they was naked. They had no clothes on. I have a hard time believing you're gonna be somewhere in the Caucasus Mountains with no clothes on.
And I think even when the guy said this, Jesus stood with the poor, I believe so. I stand with the poor, telling you fools to get up off your knees and stop living around like slaves and get up on your ass and go out there and create some value. So I'm sure he wasn't standing on your side, just sitting there saying, yeah, bum it up. He was actually telling you go out there and be fruitful. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? You saying stand with us, like, I don't know. Some dudes was out there scheming, robbing. So he was standing with the guys who was committing robberies on the community. I highly doubt it. So at the end of the day, again, people believe storylines and write their own stories. Hence why their own life is what it is. For me, at the end of the day, it depends on the content of each person's character. Some people are poor and they're just like still dignified and respectful and law-abiding citizens. Some are poor and they commit atrocities. Some are rich and they create massive amounts of charitable work and deeds to others. And some don't. So at the end of the day, you have to judge each individual based off the character of not only their seeds, but their deeds. What is it that they have done? That's why I always say my legacy, the greatest legacy I lay on this planet, is not the seed, but the deed of a man. The deeds is his legacy. Your seeds can go off and be whatever the hell they want to be. Nobody remembers Martin Luther King's kids, but they do remember that he had a dream and what he meant to humanity. So his deeds was the thing that usurped everything else. So that's why I say get in your bag and actually make things happen.
Yeah, that's a fact. I agree. And then we, like I say, once again, guys, we ain't got to turn this into Sunday school, because everybody, like, the Bible is a thing to where I heard someone say this. A person that didn't learn, because the Bible was originally written in Hebrew. So if a person don't understand the context of stuff, they can't teach you what it means. And I'm just saying, I know enough to know that I don't know nothing at all. But when you bring up like Jesus and things of that nature, and God, and to be poor is to be noble, is crazy. And yes, he could, like Terry said, he said nobody said Jesus wants you to be poor. I just said Jesus stood with the poor. That's fine. Like OTO say, like, there's many of people that's rich now and that stay among the poor. You know how many what's names you can look up on YouTube to people that have made millions of dollars and still, like, Warren Buffett still living. He done lived in that house for 50 damn years. I'm sure it wasn't a poor neighborhood, but where he could buy a whole country, bro, and just live there. So let's just, I don't know, man. This is crazy to me how judgmental some people can be.
Prime, you're absolutely right. The Bible, the original Bible was the Ethiopian Bible. The Orthodox Christians held the original Bible. The Catholics took it and started dismantling some of the books out of the Bible to rewrite the King James Version. So you're absolutely right.
You said the original Bible was written in Arabic. Okay, yep. My bad. I don't. Where did you?
Can y'all hear me? I'm sorry.
Yep. You loud and clear. That's why I wasn't talking while you were speaking. You loud and clear. Yeah, for sure. You right. And that's why I said Ethiopian is the oldest Bible church. Yeah, for sure.
So then that's why I even get into the fact that, I just went over this on Friday. There were some agreements that were written and talked about the Roman Empire in the 17th and 16th century. Yeah. The Roman Empire, there was no Roman Empire. It was the Catholic Church. All kings bowed to who and kissed the ring? The Pope. They needed Pope approval to do certain things. Yeah. They wanted his blessing. What is they like what's the story with the Hobbit? The ring that rules them all. The Pope had it. So, I mean, you want to introduce religion, but yet and still that religion that you're introducing is tainted.
Yeah, damn, I can't believe I said that. I was thinking about something else.
But there's still, like, you can tell a story multiple times, and sometimes you have to look at the person that's giving the message and not the message that's being given. You get what I mean? So Absolutely. There's morals and ethics in that Bible, still enough, true enough, but it has been touched and it's been written in such a way as to control the masses. We were just talking about this the other day, where in all societies, you have to have some kind of belief structure that reinforces the justice system. Yeah. If you don't have a belief structure in right and wrong and morals and ethics, then you can't enforce a justice structure on that in a society, and it will fail. And religion is one of those things that reinforce the justice structure in order to dictate how people should conduct themselves en masse, or you'll have chaos.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Here's the thing. This is what I tell people, and this is what I was telling people, like, say, even if you don't believe in religion, you gotta understand it, and I tell you why. Can you just imagine the state of America if the vast majority of people think once you die, it's over, you don't have to atone for your sins? Just imagine the state that the world would be in if there was at no time you had to pay for this. Your sins on earth, which means the morals will go out the window. You could be just a dirty person as you want to be. You don't have to treat nobody with respect and know that you wouldn't have to atone for that. So whether you believe in it or not, I still believe it's something that's worth respecting. So there's that. But no, like I said, once again, man, each one teach one, live and let live, man. Long as you're not doing anything to where you are intentionally putting somebody in harm's way, or shout out to you, man. No, I'm never gonna debate that, sir. You can put that in the chat a million times. I'm never gonna debate that. In fact, my grandma probably come back to life and slap tar out of me. No matter how I feel, I wouldn't debate it.
I agree with you. I'm very spiritual. I'm very, when it comes to belief structure, if you're going to believe a Bible, believe the whole Bible. Don't pick and choose. Not just the part
you like.
Then go and research the Bible for yourself. Don't just continue to listen to a pastor. And then some of y'all raise your pastor up as if they're demigods. You can't say nothing wrong to the pastor. Like He's your daddy. He ain't your daddy. He's a man. And too many churches have fallen behind men that run the church based on their sins. They are imperfect beings just like you.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's talk about, like, okay, then we can move that. But here's the thing. some of the lessons from the Bible that still ring true to this day. The first woman on this earth broke bad.
Yeah.
Broke bad. Here's the thing. Let's just run with it. And by that, because not only did she break bad, she convinced the old boy to break bad too. Can we say he was a simp? Was he a simp, guys? Should he have stood on beds and slapped the little joint out of her hand? Listen, he said, "Don't touch that." But she convinced him, "Oh, he don't want us to have the good stuff." Come on, man. Y'all, come on, man. Like, even the Bible say it's better to live on the corner of how does it go? It's better to live on the corner of a roof than to live with a wretched woman.
But the diabolical thing is, he knew all this was going to happen.
Yeah, had to. The first one on earth fucked up.
Question yourself, as God is all knowing, he knew from the minute he created the woman, there was already going to be strife.
Yeah.
There was already going to be division. There was always going to be doubt introduced.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I mean, you got a person that was fashioned out of a rib in the clay of the earth, and she knew it. And she still decided to listen to another being that came in and sent a little deception on what that fruit really meant. Mm-hmm. And instantly wanted to believe him over the person that created him. And then you got the fourth person on the planet killing the third person.
Mankind. Yeah, I heard a comedian tell a joke about that. That's crazy.
Right. So then that's what I'm saying. Mankind was built this way. You think he didn't build you this way for a reason?
Right. Listen, I heard a comedian, like, he made light of it, but he was telling the truth. He said there was 4 people on earth, and you took out one of them. One of them, like, out of the whole joint. And then, since we're talking about riches and stuff like that, Adam and Eve, the way the Bible described it, was rich. Just when you think about it, the terms of rich, they didn't want or need for nothing. They had everything that they needed, and then some. Not just in the terminology is rich to freely, to eat of it freely. If I could do anything on this earth and do it freely, that's wealth terminology. But once again, I'm not the Bible guy, but I'm probably gonna get ready to go get me something to eat or something. But no, man, and we got into that just because Terry has said we exploiting places, because that's like a serious accusation though, bro, because some people just want a different life. Some people go out, so you mean to tell me, and you probably need to subscribe, my good sir, because if you haven't seen X-Pac talk about how he have impacted the community of where he lives, you cannot say that man is over there exploiting them. You just can't. And serious
that's why I asked him, what are you doing in your community?
Yeah.
If you're in a province, what are you doing in your community?
Right.
But at the end of the day, look, this isn't what we talked about. This is what the live was supposed to be about, but we here,
we hear now.
Yeah. So, but my thing is, it is an advantage for you to utilize your American dollars. The whole thing is, how do you continue to earn while you're living abroad? Either you're a digital nomad, you own your own business where you can work remotely. You get into the AI agents where they can work during the times that you sleep and make you money. There's so many different variable ways of setting up a way to earn income if you just get up and start working on it now. And then it's all about, utilizing that to live in the best place that you're more appreciated or comfortable in. Yeah. But like Uncle Rico said, I'm still an American at the end of the day. I'm never going to deny being an American, and I'll be back in America here in the next 2 to 3 years.
And shout out to you.
So at the end of the day, I'll still be an American. I'll be living in America. And after we build a house in America, we're going to double back and build a house here in the Philippines.
That's
But it
what's
makes sense to actually build the house in America first. It's going to have a higher value than the one here in the Philippines. And you can utilize that to leverage the money you need for the one in the Philippines. You get what I'm saying?
That's
So at the end of the day, you know, there's a strategy behind everything people do. And there's reasons why some people decide to live abroad like yourself. And why some people say, nah, I'm going to go back to America and I'm just going to go 6 months here, 6 months there. That's what we plan on doing. Maybe 8 or 9 months here, go back during the holidays to the Philippines. You know, I want the children to be able to have multi-language. I think that's an advantage, to be able to speak multiple languages. You know, and all said and done, that child will be speaking at least 5 to 6.
Yeah, that's a fact. Real quick, Black Cleaner, I don't know, but you got 2. Okay, there you go. Shout out to you, bro. Guys, we're gonna wrap it up in probably about a good 15, 20 minutes. Like I say, I'm trying to, and if I could do that, we'll definitely come on again tomorrow. I'm trying to grow something sustainable over here, man. I want y'all, shout out to Black Cleaner. When you said that little joke about y'all got some Charlie Chan TV over here, bro, that hit different, man. Shout out to you, Black Cleaner. How you feeling, good brother?
What up, fam? How you doing?
Man, it's a blessing and a lesson at the same time. I tell people I tried complaining, it didn't help, so I just went on about my life.
Exactly. Can't be my father used to always say this, you know, he's like the buzzard waiting on the Lord. But then the buzzard don't, you know, the Lord don't show up, so then he gotta keep it moving.
That's a fact.
Yeah, man, I was listening to y'all early talking about, you know, having a income, and actually I just did my own live about the situation, because we was talking about it earlier, where, you know, the people, you know, don't be listening to the guys that's out here who show the different alternatives to be able to make money overseas. And there are plenty of opportunities. And somebody just came on my live and they said this. They said, wherever you go, there you are.
That's
so if you're a hustler in Minnesota, you're gonna be a hustler in Central America, South America. And you're going to find the opportunity. You just got to go over there and see what it needs to happen for you to be able to make money over there. Like, I mean, I know that you're doing the e-commerce thing where you at. So I know you're making a decent income over there. And then you was talking about how you was breeding pits. You could still do all of that over here in Central and South America as well. And the money that you make from that is going to, you know, allow you to be able to be comfortable over there, because I know, okay, if you make money doing that, it's not 6-figure income. Like I remember when I was talking to Mr. Flip Flops, and I was talking, you know, we was talking about his restaurant. He was like, I don't, you know, I'm not making no drug dealing money, you know, selling wings over here, but I do make enough money to be able to live and support myself, you know, and the people who work for me, they're able to live and eat and support themselves. And that's all that that matters to me. Is I do have, you know, things going on in the States, but this allows me to be able to support my lifestyle here. And the stuff in the States is my savings.
Yeah, definitely don't go to Africa looking for a job. You better have one when you get down there. Financial Frontier, what tell you about that? The finance, I think he was down there for at least 5-6 years running an organization or a company down there. How long were you in Africa? You know, Sean?
On and off, you could say about 3 years.
Yeah. So, yeah, don't go down there looking for a job. You better have one or established in the company, you know, and utilizing their workforce, you know. And that's the same thing I'm
looking for a job. You about to get punched by an African that's looking
once
for
I got things established, I was going to have, you know, how a lot of people have Filipino AI assistant, virtual assistant.
I got one right now today as we speak.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why
So,
I'm switching over to the system to where I can fire. Well,
right. So, what I'm doing is while I'm establishing what I'm going to do is when I get done, I'll hire a couple, you know, virtual assistants to continue to run the programs as I have set up, so they can manage that, and that frees me up to do a lot of other things. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm in the and so is O2O, we're in a area where all kind of manufacturing gets done. You know, you want a prefab work, you can fly over to China and have anything designed for a car, a truck, or whatever you want. Have it manufactured to where people can order from United States and it gets immediately distributed to different channels. So there's so many different avenues to make money, to where all you're doing is putting two people together. You're the middle guy, and you're still able to leverage that and make an income. You know,
I heard this before, Ronnie, and chime in on this if you and tell me what you guys think. They say there's no lack of resources, there's just lack of resourcefulness.
That's true.
Yeah, it's the mind. You limit yourself on how you can be resourceful. You know, I love the fact that the Marine Corps teaches you how to adapt and overcome different situations if you didn't already have it. You know, but they don't like you using it against them. I got stories.
Yeah, facts. Yo, Charlie.
But anyway, yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Yo, Charlie, can you share your screen?
Did you put something up there?
No.
You're looking at
yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, what you want to see on my?
Yeah,
Can you see my shit? But I see. Yeah, I'll wait till you get it ready. I see you going through it.
Yeah, I got it ready.
Okay. Loading now.
So yeah, that was when it's a region in Kenya called Baringo or whatever. And then that's when I was going to meet up with the governor of Baringo, which is of that region. And so throughout the whole entire trip, you know, you go down and you see the development sites in Africa when I was in Kenya. So I was doing a lot of that. Man, this is like I was out there filming documentaries with people who were actually creating institutions on the ground. So I had that going on. I was at construction sites looking at development projects, trying to be an investor in those projects. Also, they got one more property. I was out here throwing councils with Africans across it. Two prominent big YouTubers at the time that was on the ground. I think at that time they had like 100. I think they're at 1 million now. But net, all those are the brochures from all the actual development sites that I was going to. And bro, I wasn't getting paid to do none of this. This was me down in South Africa. I was going down there checking out property. There go the realtor to the right, a baddie that I was with on the left. You feel me? I take my girls to do different things. So at the end of the day, like life is all yours. It just depends about what you create. Yo, I'm still there? I don't see it on the screen. Okay, there we go. So the opportunities have always, and that's before Austin Holloman. I was back there, like maybe that's 2000 something. I can't even remember.
But they don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand.
They don't understand that, bro. They don't understand.
Y'all think passport, man, expats and military people been doing this way longer. Way longer. Yeah. We already know the game. Matter of fact, most of the ones that claim to be passport bros learned the game probably from somebody that was prior military. And then they just started putting it out there for everybody else.
Well, speaking, that's what I said. With me being an Army brat, I could get my mother on the phone. I've told her numerous times. I think the best gift that she ever gave me was the gift of travel. Yeah. She fostered my need to see the world. Like my like say I was 4 years old in Germany, man.
Yeah.
And it's just something like I got friends that have lived and died in Mississippi. They didn't even know it's a whole world outside of Mississippi. A whole world. Ain't on no, it's like it's not even a whole new world. It's just a whole old world out there that you could go and get you some of, man.
China is not the leader of industry. China is a leader of manufacturing. Show me how many patents China has that didn't over enhance something that was already invented. Yeah. They are not the innovators. They are the
creators. Yeah, producers.
You get what I'm saying? But you're wrong about the first comment that you said, taking out United States dollars. You know how many countries function? Obviously, you don't understand what the petrodollar is. All countries use the United States currency. Up until just recently, now they're trying to diversify that shit. because of what's
and it's
going
not working
on.
too well for them. That's where the BRICS nation came from, and that's not working
Well,
too well.
that was fantasy. That'll never happen. But at the end of the day, they will do a multi-tier approach. That's where it's really looking towards. Instead of having one petrodollar, they'll have a choice between a few, because there is no one country beside the United States can handle that kind of currency. Not even Japan at one point tried to do it, and they couldn't. So there's no one stable enough country that on GDP wise that can stand up to the United States. We outmatch when it comes to gross domestic product any other country out there by at least double.
You know what's funny that you say that, Ronan? Because I was just watching one of those reels where I was talking about Muammar Gaddafi and how Muammar Gaddafi was trying to create the United States of Africa, and he was saving all of this gold in order to create this United States of Africa currency. And the what the Obama administration, led by the Clintons and all of them, went in there, killed Gaddafi, and took all his gold.
Use words delete now.
Sorry, delete. Sorry, unalive, and assassinated him and took all of the gold. And it's like that's what I'm starting to see now. It's like anybody that comes close to being a threat to the American dollar, that's when you start to see that it's not about them wanting to compete with them on a fair scale or a level playing field. It's like, okay, these guys want to be our competition. We're going to do this state property. There ain't no competition. You either going to get down or you going to lay down. Like Benny Siegel said in state property.
Let me say this, and me and O2O just had a whole live on petrodollars. And we talked about the gold standard during that live. We had at least 3 times the most amount of gold per weight than any other country, even when we broke off the gold standard and switched to GDP. And still to this day, we still have almost 300 pounds or whatever
tons
as far as weight. I don't know what it is. So yeah, the gold standard was something he was trying to bring back. But the whole point of that wasn't just the gold standard. It was uniting all the countries in Africa as one. That's the biggest thing. It wasn't just about the gold. If you can get Africa to function like the United States, individual states or individual countries becoming statehoods, and then there's the United States of Africa, by far, that's where all the precious metals and rare earth metals are coming from. Why wouldn't they outrank us if you could unite them? And that's the biggest thing. You can't unite those countries. It's too much tribalism, too much other things pointing against each other, but to want to work together. And that's the biggest problem.
I'm going to keep it real. I don't give a dang. I don't want them to do that.
I'm
from America. I'm not from no damn Africa. I got no citizenship, nor have they gave it to me and extended it to me. So at the end of the day, I think all people, and then again, let's just go back to, like all people do it. So we keep acting like America not loving the playing field. Nobody does, bro. That's not a real thing. History is never a book of laying an even playing field. Nobody has done that throughout the whole entirety of human history for the most part. So instead of, like I said, people only in the West really do crazy nonsense like this. It's like y'all talk so bad on your own house affairs. I mean, like, it's ridiculous. If you go to Taiwan, they got large corporations. Nobody hates. They actually congratulate
against the dollar. Oh, the dollar rooting. Yeah, they rooting for our failure. I'm like, what the hell? Y'all on the other team. Y'all rooting
big guns too.
Yeah, they never committed no crimes. They never did no harm to nobody. A bunch of Asians in the region will reject that notion. I think somebody said something about the Iran and Israel thing, and then they was like, what? There's war in freaking Ukraine. There's beefs in Pakistan for land that's in China. Like, there's Cambodia and Thailand right now going back and forth about borders and land and
China and the Philippines right now. China and the Philippines.
It's every day in the sea, in the water. So everybody got beef. It's a human thing. So if you start humanizing a lot of stuff, it's been like that. So if you just start
But we're the
humanizing
big bully on the
everybody,
block, and we're the youngest country.
we just
and I said
winning.
this on the live too.
That's it.
Everybody's
We
envious
just
of
winning.
our
I like
country.
that. That's a
Listen.
shirt.
But everybody's
winning.
jealous of us because we're one of the youngest countries, but we out excelled and outpaced some of these older countries. A lot of these older countries are still holding a little kind of grief at the fact
5,000
that
years
we
history.
become a petrodollar and we're the national currency. How did we outpace them? They used to rule us. We broke away from them and became our own nation, and yet and still we're outpacing them. You don't think they're envious? They're looking for angles. You know how they say keep your friends close but your enemies closer? Don't you think that any one of those European countries wouldn't want to try to step on the United States and try to control us just like Israel is doing right now? Don't you think that? Because NATO in itself will not go and help other people. They'll still push the United States to go and do it first. And even when Donald Trump said, hey, won't you send NATO forces over there? NATO said, we don't want nothing to do with it.
Listen, guys, I haven't got a chance. Oh, yep, and we're finna wrap up in another 5. But I haven't got a chance to. I've always told myself I was going to look into it, and I just haven't yet because there's always something on the table. But do you know what it was like to be alive when Attila the Hunt was alive, bro? It wasn't no fair. What is fair?
Yeah. The
Bro, they said
petrodollar
he deleted so many people on the earth till it changed the air. Fires, all the people that was burning fires, they wasn't even there to burn fires no more, bro.
Yeah.
They say this man, is so many people on this earth to this day have his bloodline because he spread it throughout. And not only was it the British Empire to where they say it wasn't a place where the sun set to where a piece of the British Empire wasn't there. What are we talking about here? Like you say, you on the winning team and you hate it.
And we're not even colonizers. Tell you the truth, we're not. We've liberated a lot of countries and held on to them. Philippines in particular, we held on to them since the Spanish-American War until the 1940s.
But Ronnie, you ever see this? You ever see this funny part? You see this funny part where Black Americans.
The petrodollar thing is, and we, like I said, go back and watch our show. Me and O2O did a show. Petrodollar expired in 2024. It was a 50-year contract. So what you talking about with Kissinger and all that bullshit, it's not true. Go back and read and understand for yourself. The petrodollar contract was not renewed in 2024. So ever since 2024, people have just been going along with what's been the standard, United States dollar bill. But it's not as necessarily the standard anymore. Hasn't been since 2024. But go ahead. Sorry, O2O. I didn't want to.
No, it's cool. I know Charlie wrapping up. I was just basically going to say, even to that point, Ronan, don't worry about that. If you ain't got more O's than me in the bank account, big bank, take little bank. I ain't listening to nothing you got to say. I'm on my Kanye right now. And then I always say, notice this, though. When people go down Brazil, I don't hear them going down and doing the revolution in Brazil. That's where most of the slaves went. 90% of the slaves went to Brazil. So but you ain't worried about that. You worried about racially ambiguous big booty broads. You ain't worried about going there and liberating them from the tyranny of racism that's systematic. You go down to Brazil, get your little drink on, try to find you some shorties, and I don't hear all that liberation Martin Luther King, Malcolm X talk when y'all go down there. So if you want to liberate somebody and talk about enslavement, Brazil didn't get out of slavery until like 50 years, until America done said it was over with. Brazil been on the worst stuff, but I don't hear y'all talking none of that when y'all go down there. It's where the racially ambiguous big booty broads at. So at the end of the day, I don't want to hear none of that, Ralph. Let's get back to locking in your life, setting up a location that's good for your foundation, and building upon that. Talk about that instead of the petrodollar. Talk about how much dollars in your bank account that will allow you to be free and live wherever you want and write life accordingly on your own terms. That is the conversation.
Hold on, I got a sound bite.
He's motherfucking peanut butter and jealous. These fuckers hate us because they ain't us.
Y'all hate us because you ain't.
Hey, be that as it may be true, but here's the thing. Why it's almost like self-hate with a lot of you guys, man. Like, why? Like, if that's the case, take off your shoes and go live in a village in a little hut in Africa.
Well, he is. He's in the Philippines right now, so I don't understand.
But he using American dollars though. I bet he's not using Filipino.
I know he is. He definitely ain't working for no pesos right now.
So yeah, no, I get it, man. Everybody, and here's the thing. Let's be honest. And then, like I said, I'm gonna say this and add to it. You lucky to be from a country to where you could be on the internet saying the terrible atrocity things that you say. In other countries, there's no such thing as freedom of speech. I seen to it. I can say what I want. He said, "Oh, you think you in America, don't you?"
No, I can't even say. Hey, I can't even say certain things here on the mic. Being in the Philippines, you don't have freedoms like that. There are certain things they do not want you saying on the mic, so I won't.
But you could get up here and say anything. You can say anything short of threatening the president. You can say anything. In places like, and I haven't been there, so OTO, please correct me if I'm wrong. They say you can't even disrespect their money out there, bro.
So you're sitting here.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Terry is sitting here celebrating financial fucking blackmail. You can't get anything out of the streets unless you use the Chinese yuan or rupee. That's financial terrorism. You celebrating that shit. Like, oh, that's the only way. Who the hell is going to respond to blackmail like that? You get what I'm saying? Don't worry. In the next 30 days, that'll be straightened out too. I said 2 weeks. I actually got a bet on my other channel for 2 weeks. So by maybe this weekend, the next, if both of the mute socks are there, it's over with. Those boats are done.
Smith 3X say they hate us. We don't care. Go Birds. I mean, I wish I could make a bird sound because I would have gone behind that motherfucker. You damn sure right, man. But you know, Terry, like I said, I'm shutting down now, but feel free to pull up and like express yourself, because one like I say, one thing that we have over here is this is not an echo chamber. You know what I mean? No, everybody don't have to agree with each other. This is not that type of channel. The one thing that I ask is that we do converse in a civil manner, and we all have thus far. Sometimes they do get a little heated, but at the end of the day, we all men and we could check our feelings.
Absolutely.
Even me, I fall short sometimes, but hey, man, we all human. So yeah, with that being said, you guys got me. Hey man, I haven't got off in so long. I'm thinking like I'm finna get off work. Like, damn, what I'm finna go do? I'm finna go to, hey, if anybody in the United States, Friday got this thing, and I'm sure it's nationwide, like TGI Fridays. They have 50-cent wing Monday. Only reason why that's nostalgic to me because there's places in Minnesota that have $75 wing day. I come from a time to where it was a quarter wing time. You see what I'm saying? So I'm go, if you there, you close to one, go get you some wings and a good beer, man, and enjoy this soil that you are on. God damn it. Thanks. One thing about it, man, is, and I can say this too, that was the beautiful thing about the Afro Man trial, because they didn't come together as black people, they didn't come together as white people, they didn't come together as men, they didn't come together as women. They came together as Americans. White people was out there saying freedom of speech just like black people was out there saying freedom of speech. And that was a beautiful thing to me. Whether you felt like Afro Man was right or wrong, people came together for the fact of what is America. And I think you're more than welcome.
Hey Terry, I'm right in that realm. You want to talk geopolitical or military? Come on up. We good. It's what I do.
To the bank 90% of the time. Yeah, no, for sure. Listen, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm sure Ronan put it. Oh yeah, you definitely over there in Ronan's chat. So yeah, subscribe to the channel, man. Feel free. Like I said, you seem like a intelligent brother, and you just got a different point of view, and that's fine. You know what I mean? I've never been all like see all no person, but what I say, I thoroughly believe in. And some things I do need to do some more research on, but nobody's gonna tell me that this country isn't a great place. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Only place I could think about like that is Babylon in America. And that's because The Richest Man in Babylon. Damn good book. I recommend people read it or listen to it. It's a damn good book, The Richest Man in Babylon. And the reason why I say that because it's not, I can't say it's not too many places. There are some places on this earth if you're born poor, the chances are highly likely that you're going to die poor. And in America, that's just not the case. In fact, there's a majority of millionaires or first generation millionaires here, the same place that you're talking about. And guess what they got it out of? Just working. Bruce Green, they got a thing that's called mom and pop millionaires. Read the Millionaire Next Door. Also a good book. It's a little slow, but it's a good book. The Millionaire Next Door, just about regular people that worked and got financially free. Look up on the internet is Our Rich Journey, a Black family that worked their way to financial freedom. How can you hate that? And guess what? They own a property in Portugal? They own a property in Portugal. Ahmad just put up a video the other day talking about how their property in Portugal just went up. Man, when winners win, bro. That's all. I'm gonna end that with that, bro. I think that's gonna be tomorrow's live. Winners win, man.
That's a fact.
Man, but it just is what it is. Like you got people complaining against Mike. Mike Tyson hit too hard. He was a fighter. He was supposed to hit hard. Like that's what it is. So there's that, man. You guys want to say anything before we get up out of here?
I posted the links in the chat. If you guys could go and subscribe to everybody's channels. Black Cleaner, I'm trying to post yours before we get up out of here. If he gives me a second, I will. Yeah, but sure. Financial Frontier, myself, go subscribe to my new channel. If you haven't subscribed to my new channel yet, go subscribe to that. Is where we get into these kind of geopolitical, economic kind of conversations with Wealth Talks, Legacy Walks. Or if you haven't subscribed even to my Ronin channel, go ahead and subscribe to it. And then also Charlie Chan TV, our host tonight. Please go subscribe to Charlie Chan TV if you can, please. Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Shout out to y'all too. Like say, Black Cleaner, you know the score. If you want me to post it, just put it in the back chat. You know I got you. OTO don't want you brokies on his shit. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, I was just about. You already know, yeah. I was just about to say that.
He don't want you brokies over there, man. I'm just saying, like, you got to get accepted to go watch OTO shit, man. But if you ever do OTO, man, I want you to know the wisdom and the love is appreciated, man. And if you ever, there's no problem. What I will say to everybody, like say, unless it's people that's actually out there doing good, i.e. John Hope Bryant, Our Rich Journey, please do not promote their channel over here. I don't want like the alternative walk of life people, MGTOW and all of that shit. I want nothing to do with them. But brothers that came up and showed themselves to be who they are, is not only my duty, but it's my pleasure to get behind and push brothers that are like-minded. So yeah, for sure. I'm subscribed to all you, bro. Shout out to you, Tevin King.
Appreciate
Shout out to
brother.
you, bro. Appreciate you pulling
Out of my mods.
I got yeah, man. Because this thing of ours, man, just think about it, bro. In my opinion, just think about it. Like, say, if we stop all the bickering and stuff, if we built with each other as much as we bickered with each other, bro, we would be a problem. We would be a problem, man. If we just put away all this bickering nonsense. Oh, you're poor, you this, you're black, you're fat, you're bald. Like, damn, man. My hands work the same, though. So, but I'm getting out of it. I'm growing up, y'all. I'm getting out of that. You know what I mean? But each one teach one, man. We all men over here, and I think that's supposed to mean something. You know what I mean? I just like back in the day, being a man, like the man at least I looked up to the men that was on goddamn TV and stuff. I didn't see all these men in dresses and shit growing up. Not for real. I didn't see all of these MGTOW guys. What do MGTOW even mean, bro? So,
Men going their own way.
We've always gone our own way.
And
so
once
I don't know
again,
why
what
you
does
got
that mean, sir?
Yeah, we've always gone our own way.
Here's the thing. This is my question.
That never
No,
made sense.
this is my question. When you say going your own way, it's like another way other than women. If you're not going towards women as men, I don't want to go with you, bro. Oh, we could go stay on the island by ourselves. I don't. It's called jail, sir. I don't want to be there with y'all. Men going their own way. What way are you going?
It's called jail, sir.
I never thought of it that way, but you're right. That's jail. But did you ever hear the street interviews? There was a brother that went and asked women, if you could be on a planet with all women, would you be down for it? And all the women said, yeah, we'd be down for just all women. Yeah, women power, blah, blah, blah. He turned around and asked the same question, but in reverse to all men off the street, said, would you want to be on a planet with all men? All the brothers are like, hell no. Why would we want to be on a planet with just all men? That don't make no sense, and they wouldn't want to do it. You know, like you said, that's jail. I never heard it put that way, but you're absolutely right. That's a jail.
or it's called boot camp. But I get your meaning.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the end of the day, yeah, you're right, Charlie, man. I gotta head out. I gotta go get me a memory foam mattress so I can go ahead and get that ultimate sleep.
Get that ultimate sleep.
But yeah, hopefully I can go there. You know, the dollar's going down, so I gotta hurry up and make sure I can buy some mattress before the dollar collapses.
Yeah, you gotta. Hey, you know how wealthy people are. They'll squeeze their ink off a fucking dollar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, you know what's funny? You know what's funny is I told my Ling, I was like, hey, look, man, ask the lady if we can get the model on the floor, take it home today, and I'll give her money and I'll pay her right now.
Model. Give me the used one. I want the open box model. Give me that one.
I'm gonna put sheets over it. Don't matter. If I can get $100 off, I'll take it, bro. I don't care.
I'm the same way. They had an open box TV. We wanted, and I was like, I let it sit there for over a month. I said, babe, we want to watch this thing go down, right? But we're gonna get them when they desperate. I ain't paying that price. Hell no. Because TVs are expensive here, man. I mean, the export costs and everything. It ain't like America. You can get a 55 inch for $140, man. They charging $200, $300, $400 for a TV.
Yeah,
you know, because
even though I got the money, it don't mean I need to give it to them. Right. That's what it don't mean.
Yeah, that's why. Let's watch the TV go down.
I'm considering taking my TVs off the wall because
the whole thing in the Philippines. I'm going to tell you this: in the Philippines, they break open every box and they test the motherfucker before you leave the store. So you know how you like to open brand new things? Ain't no open box bullshit here. They're gonna open that shit for you and make sure whatever they selling you, it's gonna work. Because they don't want you to come back and say it don't work.
Well, shout out to you, Charlie, man. I greatly appreciate your channel, man, and everything you do. Like I said, he ain't paying me. I'm not saying he should, but what I am saying is, you know, this message doesn't come at a conflict of interest. I do have massive amounts of respect for you. Even today, I heard things that I never heard you say, and I'm like, man, that young brother's mind is on the right path. And as you said that one day famously, you said, man, let's stop talking. Let's get to work. So I'm like, man, that is a mindset that I'm telling you, brother, keep it. You'll be successful. 1 million, 5 million, 20 million, 100 million. The goal is yours. You just decide when you're going to stop and when you're going to get it. So shout outs to you, man. I truly appreciate everything you do.
Appreciate you, man. You always leave. You always got something presidential to say, man. It's hard to follow that up. You know what I mean? But it's always a pleasure, OTO, man.
Oh yeah, you too, running. Peace out.
Yeah, well, I already know. You know, this thing. You know, we. You know.
Black cleaner. All right, man. Peace. No, I'm just kidding. You cool people too, man. Peace.
The CIA is leaving, y'all.
Hey, wait a minute. I'm part of that group.
Shout out to you,
says
brothers,
I'm
man. You
fried
guys
too.
want to say anything before I close
The
out?
colors
Like I
in
said,
Asia. That's what I'm gonna call y'all that. The CIA. The colors in Asia.
Yeah, the coloreds in Asia.
the
That's true.
colors, okay.
You know what's funny though? I showed up here in my lady in the province, right? The family came out to meet. And the first time she saw me, obviously, we're happy to see each other. Her sister's looking, and I had shorts on. She's like, "Why is he so light? I thought he was black." Right? So she's looking at him. She's like, "Can you ask him what he uses for his skin lightening?" Because I'm lighter than her whole family.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
I ain't gonna lie. I love like say the melanated Asian people. I love like say I could tell
This is
y'all
what
this before I get up out of-
where I am in the province. They're up in the mountains around me. I live where the plateaus. I live in Isabella. It's a famous area where they have the sides of the hills. Yeah, rice fields on it, going up the side of the hill where they're level, and then they're going up and up and up and up. So it's known for rice and stuff out here. But yeah, the Eka people are up in the mountains. She runs out there regularly and gives them placeblas. I think is the name of it. Little gifts, chocolates and different things like that. So she goes and teaches them art and painting and different things like that. So I plan on filming a lot of that now that the summer's here, but it was raining so much trying to drive up in the mountains, even though I have a truck. She said it would be crazy to get up there because that mud gets thick. And I remember when I was in the Marine Corps, we did a couple missions out here. It was I had fun because I don't mind getting muddy and dirty. It rained so hard, man. You had combat boots on and the mud sucked your boot into it so deep. When you went to take a step, your foot literally comes out of a tied up boot, combat boot. Your foot would come right out of that bitch because that mud would snatch and hold that shoe so tight. It wouldn't let you take another step. So once it gets wet, it's like, man, you can't, it's got grip. If I can say it that way. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, for sure. I feel you. But yeah, I'm gonna listen, I'm not even playing the outro song tonight, guys. I'm just like ecstatic to get up out of here. But what I can say, the good news is this. I will be going live again tomorrow, man. As long as I could keep up this routine. I woke up today earlier than I done woke up in a long time, man. I'm feeling good. I'm finna get some work done. Well, I'm finna go to probably TGI Fridays, give me some of this chicken, and come back and give me some work done, man. So
now
y'all
you're
have
stay in the back room, and I'm gonna teach you how to upload that video so you can play it through your intro and your outro. But
yeah, for sure. Let's do that. Let me go ahead and end this, man. This Charlie Chan with Charlie Chan TV, man. Y'all, if y'all haven't heard anything. Oh, you want Cleaner, you want to come back in an outro?
Yeah.
Yeah, do your thing, bro.
Oh, you got me on now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see you.
Appreciate the panel. Thanks for having me on. Yeah, also you could check and subscribe to the Black Cleaner. I did do a live earlier. It was actually decent. Ronan asked me about what happened last week with my live. I didn't know. Remember when you told me, Charlie, about the 24-hour rule that you're supposed to do that? I thought that was with YouTube. I didn't know that it was with StreamYard as well. So as soon as I went to do the live on StreamYard to be able to do the panels, my tools wasn't there. And then I saw this countdown clock on StreamYard, like, yo, you got 23 hours before we're able to give you the access to your live panel. And I was like, man. So I did go live last week, but I wasn't able to have people on. So I ended up trying to make sure that all my tools work this week. I actually went live earlier. I'm at 8:00. And I had a couple of people come on to do the panel discussion, and everything was good. So I'm probably going to do Mondays from now on because the people that I got, they like Mondays. So I'm just going to continue doing that. And then I'll just support everybody else on every other day.
Bet.
So check me out on, on The Black Cleaner.
I was gonna call
you can
you
check
about
the
that.
recap. Say it again.
Now, say I was
No,
gonna call you about that, but go ahead.
Yeah, I just hit him up on WhatsApp and say, "Yo, what happened to your live?"
Yeah, that's really what happened. Was my tools? You know how you all able to go into the studio and allow the guests. I didn't have that on my StreamYard because I never really set it up. I can come on you all's panels, but I never set up my own panel in my own studio. So, you know, you live and you learn, you know, being a YouTuber. So that was one of the things that I learned the hard way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Growing pain.
What all come with growing pains, bro? You guys seen me with wins and losses on here, man. And I'm wearing them like a badge of honor. So, man, you well on your way. Shout out to quote Les Brown. He said anything that's worth doing is worth doing wrong until you get it right.
Facts. So, yep.
But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and close out though, man.
Go ahead and do your thing. Peace out, everybody. Peace. Thanks, Ronan. We'll talk later.
Deuces.
All right, for sure. So, yep, man. Terry, make sure to hit the subscribe button, bro. Because, like I say, I'm gonna go live again tomorrow. If I could keep up this schedule, man, I go live a lot more. It's just that when I'm on here for 6 and 7 hours, it's like what the F. Y'all gotta be tired of seeing me at that point because I'm tired of seeing myself.
Nah, bro, you gotta put the hours in, bro. I'm telling you, yeah, you just gotta do it.
Yeah. Listen, I got 12-hour lives on this joint. I got over 100 hours in lives on here.
How is your growth on your subscriber count though? Where are you at right now?
I'm getting more traction, but it's really not like a track. Like say when I did my marathon,
we gotta keep on saying subscribe, hit the like button. You just we gotta keep on pressing that. That's the reason why I'm on your channel simulcasting. I'm trying to get people exposed to you as much as just being live.
Yeah, for sure. I'm actually oh yeah, we could talk about that in the back office too because I got an idea for like a sonar, something animated to like call to action. When I was doing my my analytics and stuff, I was told that I need to do more call to actions, like tell people to subscribe more. So yeah, for sure, man. But yeah, no, Terry, you definitely good, and you sound like you not just passionate but informed, because you're gonna need both of them in a intellectual debate. But you sound like you're not just passionate but informed, so that's more than welcome over here at Charlie Chan TV, man. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and close out. And once again, man, appreciate everybody for pulling up. Y'all don't forget to check out Vibing with Misha, man. They stay dropping some hot fire, man. You know what I mean? So yeah, they definitely a couple to watch in this YouTube thing, man. Support Ronan, support goddamn it Black Cleaner. OTO ain't really rocking with y'all like that, but it's a beautiful thing, man. Shout out to everybody that pulled up. Shout out to POV, shout out to Prime, man. Shout out to everybody. So y'all have a pleasant one. And this is Charlie Chan TV, over and out.